Welcome to the Mix of Thicker Pals. I am Dr. A, your host, and I am your crystal rock goddess. Welcome to the Mix of Thicker Pals. I am Dr. A, your host, and I am your crystal rock goddess. The rock goddess, and we're in the place to be. Make sure you come on inside the crystal palace, take your shoes off, leave them by the door, stop at the crystal bar, grab your crystals and grab your libations, because over here we honor our ancestors. 5 ways to become a crystal. All you have to do is like, share, and subscribe. 2, all you have to do is type, and we call that what? The boom boom room. The 3rd way to become a crystal, all you have to do is listen, and we call the parlor room. The 4th way to become a crystal, all you have to do is after the show, don't leave your play around me. True player for real. Ask me, you know what I mean. All you got to do is outhouse gang up in this thing. And that's what we call our after show, okay? Now, 5th way to become a crystal, all you have to do is to make sure you join our membership. Okay, let me explain. Let me explain. Wait a minute, y'all. Wait a minute now. Wait a minute. Don't jump on me. Don't jump on me, y'all. Now listen. Linda. No, just playing. Now listen, y'all, for real. Okay, listen. I am washing dishes, okay? Because my kitchen, I ain't gonna lie, it's a danger zone. Me and my husband cook together, and when we cook together, y'all, see, when he cook, it be a mess. When I cook, I usually clean before I go. Today, I did not. Today, I absolutely did not. I promise you, I did not clean as I went today. Cause I just listen, y'all. I didn't feel like it. I was watching. I'm just let me explain. I was watching. Uh, I was in the middle of watching a gangster movie. Okay, I was watching Casino. I know I've seen it a gazillion times, but girls, I love that movie. That's one of my favorite movies. So I got to watching that. How you doing, though, Shu? I got to watching that, and I just kind of, I just was cooking and talking to my husband, and I didn't feel like all that. So I just said, well, I cleaned it up afterwards. I mean, I cleaned up the kitchen. So y'all gonna hear what I'm trying to tell you is you're gonna hear a little rattling here and there. I'm making leftovers for lunch. Or some of whatever's left over, whatever's left over from the dinner, that's what's gonna be left over for lunch, okay? For tomorrow. Just my son and my husband's gonna get the leftover for lunch. I don't know what I'm gonna make me for lunch tomorrow. I'm probably just gonna do some fruit. And I'm gonna put some fruit for my son. Okay. Okay, yes. So I'm getting ready to talk about Olivia, okay? Because I just found out Olivia's going on the streets is going on Olivia ran away because she has a warrant out for her arrest for either CPS or child support. Okay. All that going into Florida, live trying to hide. Okay. But I mean, her sister been at the same place for like a gazillion years, right, girl? So don't they know where her sister stay at? I'm just saying. I mean, her sister ain't moved, right? Her sister kind of stable more so than she's. I mean, if they want her, they'll find her. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. But is it that serious though? I mean, just pay your child support. You know what I'm saying? If it's a child support, if it's CPS, just do what they ask you to do. All she had to do was the recommended list. I mean, all she had to do was the recommended list. If they had a recommendations list for her, as long as she, you know what I mean. Now some of that stuff online was pretty bad, right? but they don't just automatically CPS don't automatically just take your children unless it's just real bad. Unless it's real bad. Unless like you are trying. I mean, did she do something real bad? Cause y'all know I ain't been watching the other kicking the baby in the face and getting on live and possibly not passing her drug. But she did cut off her hair. So did she pass the drug test or not? You know what I mean? How you doing, Rose? Okay. I know you hate talking about Liv, girl. Well, I put her in the title. Raquel and Stella, right, can only do so much exactly. Right, time is going to tell you right how this works out. Okay, so when I was remember Rose, was you in here earlier when I showed you this bird right here? Remember? Now I just said this. Now, Rose, wait a minute, Rose. Wait a minute. Hold on. I'm not gonna show you the bird. I'm gonna just play the video. Give me 5 seconds. Give me 5 seconds to play this video real quick, y'all. Hold on. Let me exit out some of this stuff, okay? All right, let me show you the video that I did earlier. I'm not gonna show you the whole video. I'm only gonna show you some parts of it, okay? That's I promise. That's all I'm gonna do. I don't like to repeat with y'all, but I gotta refer back to my video, okay? Because it's gonna make sense what I said earlier, okay? This I did not know. Okay, let me just show y'all this video back what I did earlier, okay? Hold on. All right, we're just gonna watch a few minutes of it. Hold on. Let me pause it real quick and then I'm gonna set it in here. I got in your live late. I understand. That's okay. That's okay. I'm gonna play it again for you. Don't trip. Don't trip. I'm gonna play it again. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I understand. I know you were at work. Listen. 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 I'm appreciative that you came in my live at all. Okay. Don't get it twisted. Okay. Don't let me sound ungrateful because I promise you I'm not. I'm not like Jasmine. Two shakes of a lamb tail, okay. But I'm not ungrateful at all, y'all. I'm not that type of person. If you get what you can, you get here when you can. You know what I mean? I'm not tripping with y'all. Y'all grown. Shoot, y'all got money. Y'all working. You got families. You know what I'm saying? I'm not tripping. The fact that you come here makes me happy. Okay, please, 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 please. You not no. You're not. I'm not tripping. I'm just gonna show you. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna show you. Okay. All right. Let me silence this real quick, and I'm gonna let this play. Okay, so I gotta do a couple of things. I gotta wash dishes. I gotta clean the stove off, and I gotta sweep the floor. And I gotta sweep the floor, and I gotta put we got grocery today, y'all, and so I have to put like we was out of rice and now we got got more rice so I could put the rice in the rice uh thing. I got like this little rice jar. So I can put the rice in the rice jar, the quinoa and all that stuff. So you're gonna be hearing it. And then I gotta finish washing these clothes now. I got a couple, I just, it's just a couple of days worth of clothes. That's all, y'all. So that's all y'all gonna hear. So I apologize up front, but it's I gotta do my job. I gotta do my job in the home. I can't just do stuff at work, y'all. Listen, my husband is like doing some things for me, so I gotta I gotta do my house, okay, around our house, okay. Now, if y'all see my little cute outfit, wait a minute, but a girl. Okay, so let's talk about. Send it to myself. I didn't even send nothing. Okay. Where is it at? Okay, there it is. Oh, my face is. So this bird I don't know if y'all was watching that video, but if y'all was watching it, hold on, let me, 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. Hold on. Y'all know I like to do 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. Y'all know I got that bad, okay? So just all right, there we go. Now, let me make me smaller, okay? And let me make this picture. Hold on, let me pull this picture up. Okay. Okay. How you doing? Let's speak to you on Zoom. Oh, media files. That ain't what I needed. Boom. Hey, Oshun, girl, I didn't even speak to you. I just started reading what you said. Hey, Oshun. Hi, Rose. I didn't even speak to y'all. Peace, 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 peace. My bad, y'all. Okay. So I just went live. I don't know if anybody else went live. I just went live, y'all, because I'm trying to get all this stuff done. And sometimes I like talking to people. Y'all know, listen, I ain't got time to sit on no phone. But at least I can talk to y'all and get paid for it. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't got time. I want to talk to y'all while I'm watching. I didn't mean to do that. Hold on. Okay. Media. Let's see. Hold on, y'all. Shadows. You have to deal with your shadow side. Hold on. Anyway, this particular bird, it could be different signs for different people. This is one of those loud birds that make a lot of noise, and it appears in your life when things are about to change in your life, and it depends on who you are. So if you are a negative entity, and if you don't deal with your own ish, this particular bird, where's my pointy? Hold on, y'all. I gotta get my little pointy. Where is my little pointy pointy? I think it's over here. Oh, here it is. It's over here. Okay, I got it. Oh, my little my little thing that went off for here. Hold on, let me screw this back on. Okay, y'all. So this little pointy pointy thing. Okay, this right here, this little pointy pointy thing right here that you see, little thing. No, this little pointy thing right here that you see, that little bird. That, like I said, this appears in your life when you are chaotic, when you have when things are about to change. So if you are a positive person, then this can mean some positivity for you. This can mean something great for you. But if you are not that type of person, this bird, if you do not do the work that you're supposed to do with your life, um this is a bird that deals with dealing with your shadow work. This is a shadow work bird. So you have to deal with your shadows. You have to deal with your shadow side. And we have a good side. Yeah, I know we have a shadow side. And I'm not just talking about shadow, I'm talking about shadow work, but I'm also talking about your shadow side. So I'm talking about two different things, but they're kind of one and the same, but yet they're different. Um Shadow work is repair. You have to repair your shadow side. You have to do some repairing. And so this is an ancestry energy type of bird. And so a lot of in a lot of spiritualities, religions, or ways of life, or different people from different walks of life, this particular bird can be a good thing, a good omen, and then it can be a bad omen. But because Olivia is chaotic, this is a negativity for her. If this shows up in your life and you're a positive person, this is a positive thing. And I remember, didn't Olivia have a bat to fly into her house one time? And then once that, okay, are y'all listening? Do y'all see what I'm saying? Can y'all see this? Bat flew into her house. Gerard left. Do y'all recall that? If I remember, that was a bat, wasn't it, that flew into her house? Um, but that, and then Gerard left later. This bird, see, and this bird stayed. This bird did not leave. So this bird gave her an indication that this is not a good sign. This is not a good sign. This means she has to do shadow work, and she has to do what she's supposed to do in her life. And if she does not do what she's supposed to do, then it's going to be very bad. Something's very, very bad. There's going to be a huge change that happens in her life, and she may think that it's going to be positive. She might have this energy, oh, it's going to be positive. And even if it comes off on the front line as positivity, it's not really. It's going to end badly if she chooses not to do the real shadow work. This is a tall tale sign for her. Okay. So, a lot of people will have said, well, Dr. A, are you talking about are you referring to karma? Kind of. I'm kind of referring to karma because y'all know I don't believe in karma being the like good or karma is not good or bad. Karma could happen to anybody, right? Karma doesn't mean that you're bad or evil. Karma just means if you don't learn from your mistakes, or you don't learn from your actions, you're going to keep repeating them over and over and over and over again, hence karma. And that's good or bad, it doesn't matter what. Boomerang effect is more of what I would probably call this, but if you look, you can kind of call it karma, right? Because she has not learned from her mistakes, because she won't atone and admit the wrong that she's done. She's waiting on everybody else to say, well, they were wrong, this was wrong. But it's not about what everybody else has done, it's about what you have done. And it's because it's your own personal work, right? Because it's your own personal journey. It's not your, although we will have journeys that will cross paths, right? but we still have our own individual journey. Even if you have a parent, even if you're in a relationship with somebody or you're married, you all will cross paths in your journey, but essentially you have your own journey that you have to fulfill, your own spiritual journey. And because her life is in such chaos, because she doesn't want to atone, because she is running away, see, she is not going to be left unscathed. And this bird is not a good sign for her. Okay. So we can get into Jasmine because I know y'all here for Jasmine, but I did have to mention about this bird. How you doing, Mysterious? Okay, someone take me off the screen because I feel weird. I feel weird playing my replay. Okay, so that's what I was trying to tell y'all. Hopefully, if y'all didn't see that video, go check out the video I did earlier. Okay, and so that's where we are. But I know there's been a lot going on here on the YouTube streets, and what happened was somebody somebody basically popped up with something. A lot of people have been, like I said, a lot of people been going mad, not mad, I shouldn't say that. They've been kind of going in on Olivia in the situation of what happened with her children, or that she had just kind of burnt out and left and just was like, I'm out of here or whatever, and didn't really say, hey, I'm about gone, y'all, type of thing. And if she left, she didn't tell her children until after she got them, type of deal, right? It's okay to do Jasmine. Okay, do Jasmine. She she will progress in her life. Oh Lord. 35 years old and Olivia hasn't understood life. Exactly. It's all about her, not her kids. Girl, you are not lying about that, okay? Here we go. Let me go back up here. Right, it's right, exactly, or animals. My husband said, it's okay that we can clean tomorrow. I said, like, nope. I love the smell of clean kitchen, right, and mop floors. Girl, I'm not mopping no floors, Pammy, today. Now, I mopped floors yesterday. I don't feel like mopping no floors today. I don't have to mop all the time. Girl, I'm gonna tell you something. Like, if I was like if I was staying at home like I was before, sure I would. But seeing that I'm not, no, girl. Because when I get done with this kitchen, I'm gonna start working out. Okay, I'm gonna start working out. That's what's gonna happen. I'm just gonna be honest. You want me to lie to you? Girl, I'm not gonna lie to y'all about, am I gonna do a deep clean tonight? I ain't doing no dang on deep clean. But I know that's right. I ain't mopping no floor tonight. Not tonight, I'm not. Now, will I mop tomorrow? I will. It won't be tonight though, girl. Because all I have to do is just 2 days worth of clothes. I don't have that much. Because I stay on top of my clothes. I just didn't really wash. I didn't wash yesterday though. You know what I mean? I didn't really wash no clothes. Only thing I did yesterday, I did dry some clothes and I folded those up. Right? That was it. That's the only thing I did. Okay. But I'm a deep clean probably tomorrow, probably Saturday or Sunday. Because although we did put some, although my husband did get grocery today. I do have to clean it. I have to take everything out and clean the refrigerator, though, because it's my day. I always clean out the refrigerator every 2 weeks. And when I see a mess, I just clean it up. Do you understand what I'm saying? So if I spill something, clean it up, okay? But I don't blame you. Oh, Lord, right. Your husband is right, LOL. She said, no, he ain't. She said, don't let him hear that. Okay. So do y'all want to watch Olivia real quick, or y'all want to listen to this I got a new job mess? You know what I'm saying? Did she do this? Girl. She's not gonna be, unfortunately. Only way Olivia can really, to be honest with you, only way Olivia can escape everything if she come up here and just keep it real. I think that she would get more people and that fake a real apology. Not necessarily to us per se, but she does owe some people on her that she was really nasty, that just she talked about their children or whatever, and she really need to. But to be honest with you, ain't nobody get ready to forgive her. I'm gonna be honest with you. Majority of the people that's on here on this app is not gonna really forgive her. So I don't know if it will really make an impact. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know, because the problem is she really believes this. And so nobody is gonna really take her seriously. And that's what it all boils down to. Okay. Anyway, so we're gonna watch a few minutes of her. We're not gonna watch a lot now. Hold on, y'all. Let's see.
We were doing extra work for free. We were losing business.
I did put her in the title. God, I don't feel like watching her, but we're gonna watch a little bit, just a little bit, not a lot. Now, I don't know where to start it. Oh Lord, she did lose a lot of weight with those pills. Sure, she did. I mean, with those shots. But you know, I'm gonna be honest with you. I looked at myself today and I lost a lot of pills, and I didn't take any shots. I literally didn't even take any shots. I told y'all what I did. I take sea moss every day. Okay, I drink lemon water. I do exercise. You know, I've been exercising. I only took a little break off of exercising when I hurt my neck. Y'all remember when I hurt my neck? My neck. When I had to go to my doctor and go see my doctor. And my doctor took a look. But that was the only time I took a break from exercising. But I actually do have to start doing my arms, y'all, because my arms look like bats. My arm look like a bat, okay? You do. It look like, you know how bats be having a little the little hang down on them? Girl, I gotta do it. I'm just gonna be honest with you. You know, I'm not gonna sit up here and lie. I'm not in denial like these women in here. Girl, you look like you got a whole word up. You look like you got like, tell me what's the word or word up. Everybody say, when you hear that call, you gotta get an underway. Word up. Now tell your sucker DJs that you can fly. There's got to be a reason, and we know the reason why. So put on your air and act real cool. But you gotta go down, cause you're looking like a fool. Wave your hands in the air like you don't care. That's how her hair looks. That's how it look. Okay. All right, hold on, y'all, because some of these clothes it's not dry all the way. My little jeans at the end is a little wet at the end, so I'm gonna turn this dryer back on, and then I'll come back in here and finish. I'm almost done, y'all. I just got what we had on yesterday and today to wash, and then I gotta wash these covers. You know why. I always a lot of times I have to wash covers. But whatever.
Message. Hi y'all.
Okay, I want to hear all this. Hi y'all.
So that is what's important. Hi Jody.
Okay, I want to hear all this.
I'm
Hi.
54 and you feel 34.
Okay, I want to hear all that.
61? No freaking way.
Okay, I want to hear all that.
Just nobody's business. You guys can be however old you want. I don't care. Y'all can say you're 25. I'm gonna be like, she's 25. Thing you want to change, you're scared of it, you're scared to change, you're scared to be uncomfortable. Take that leap of
okay.
Get a woman, and I'm like, how'd she get that? I never look at women.
Okay, I want to hear this
together, but I have the rest of this month to figure it out. So yeah, we got to get deep into that, ladies. But
okay, so basically, are you gonna get up here and talk, because we don't want to hear? We don't listen. The problem is, Olivia, we don't want to hear any advice. We don't want to hear nothing about you talking about you don't hate on other women, because you do. You are jealous. I'm gonna be honest with you, and I hate to say this. I'm gonna be all the way honest with you. You were jealous of Jasmine when Jasmine had Chris there. You were jealous. You were also jealous when Chrissy, because Chrissy is way more put together than you are. She does look better than you, even with Chrissy looking like Loompa Loompa Loompa. Even though, you know what I'm saying, even though she looked like a little person, she still is put together better than you are. I'm just being honest. You can lose 1,000 pounds and you still would not look better than Chrissy. I'm sorry. I just gotta be honest with you. I'm not even being funny. I'm just telling you the truth. Don't be mad at me. I'm just telling you the truth. So Chrissy just has a better looking face than you do. Even your pregnancies, like even Chrissy's pregnant face, and y'all know Chrissy's pregnant face is unique. Y'all know I'm not lying now. Y'all know I ain't lying. Chrissy's pregnancy face, baby, is unique. Okay, it is unique. Like hands down, it is unique. Okay, so with that said, is we're gonna go ahead and finish. Olivia, I'm just, I don't want to sit up here and look at your boobs. I don't know why y'all make content for people. We're all females on here, and if you want to dress sexy, that's cool. But if you want to just, it's not even sexy. If you want to dress like a whore, like seriously, it is a such thing. It's nothing. Listen. Let me tell y'all something. It's nothing wrong with showing. It's nothing wrong with It's nothing wrong with wearing, kind of embellishing your boobs or showing a little bit here. It's nothing wrong with that. But if that's all you got to offer, like that is kind of. It's a little whack. No, you don't think it is a little whack though, a little bit. I'm just saying, like that's all you got going. Like you don't have like substance. Like you don't have enough substance for people to really have like a grand conversation with you because all you can do is show your boobs. Like it's a lot of even like I don't know. I think it's a time and a place. Like you're just basically online. Like who is going to really see these videos other than women? You know what I'm saying? So are you trying to attract women? I mean, because men are not really in this sector for real like that, right? And the men that are in this sector, they don't really like you, right? I'm just being honest. I'm just being honest. So I don't understand. It's like maybe if you go on TikTok, because TikTok, you can run into a lot of people. So I could I'm just having a real conversation with y'all. I can understand you maybe showing your boobs a little bit more on TikTok because that's the thirst trap, or Instagram, because it would be more men on there that could have access to your boobs. Like it's a bunch of women that follow you, and the straight and the men that do follow you, they're probably yeah, you know what I'm saying, with the community, you know what I mean, with the with the rainbow community. So they not following you. Straight men is not gonna really be following you like that. Like even if they like you, Olivia, they're not gonna be watching your video because you're just having feminine conversations, or you're talking about eyeliners, and ain't no man gonna straight men is not gonna be listening to you like that. Like I'm even understanding that. Like most straight men, and I do have some homies, some dudes I'm cool with, that me and my husband are cool with, or whatever. But they don't come over to my platform for real. They'll come over here and show some love, and then they'll leave out because we having women conversations. Now most men ain't gonna sit over here with me. They just not. They not for real. Unless we just talking like we really having like a male conversation. Unless I'm talking about something else. If I'm just talking about y'all, these men not finna sit over here and be over here with me like that because they mean. They don't want to sit over here hearing no women conversation, women cackling about other women. They don't want to listen to that. I mean, honestly. So who are you doing all this for? And don't say you're doing it for yourself because you're not. I don't believe that. But anyway, so you can continue. It's just like, and you don't understand that the eyes are the windows to your soul, and your eyes is giving us a different indication. And I don't even have to really listen to what you're saying. I can look at you and tell that it's something that just ain't right. You can try to pretend and try to make it something more than what it is, but it's not. It's not. And I don't feel sorry for you, but I feel like what I said earlier. And that's the bottom line. And I'm not gonna repeat that again because it's just pointless, okay? Right. Oh my God, the cleavage is lives live. Exactly.
One good news for me is I logged into my Xfinity account and they gave me 131 credit. Ooh, so I'm
Okay.
confident in
Work smarter, launch
It's
faster.
kind of old. Like,
Introducing new
are you so you're just really having a conversation? I mean, this is something I would probably do on TikTok, Olivia. I mean, YouTube. I don't know. I don't know. I think you. I don't know. As I grow, I think I'm gonna have more. I think I'm gonna do mommy content. I'm not sure, y'all. I might do mommy content over there, but I really don't want to do mommy content over there because it's not gonna be a lot of people. I mean, I'm gonna like kind of box myself in because again, most women are only gonna want to listen to me. Men ain't gonna want to listen to me cackle about these hoes. You know what I mean?
eyes, and I sure was.
This is so fake this is such a fake energy. Like, come on, Olivia. Like, just
And if you don't, if you have sensitive skin, normal skin, dry
oh
skin,
no.
is like as it makes you sweat, it also
Okay,
like
you
works
know
on your
what? You know
skin.
what?
Mm.
Uh-uh.
Girlies, girlies with a
Olivia,
fupa.
Olivia, girl, I'm not getting ready to listen to this nonsense. You're not gonna give me. First of all, I'm a black woman. Okay, so I think that we have different skin. And for a fact, we have totally different skin. So you can't really give me advice on my skin. So therefore, I'm not gonna listen to you. Okay. Maybe you're talking to the white women over there or something. I don't know. Um,
Usually, I don't post.
really talking to the whites only. I think it's a whites only party over there. So I don't really belong, right? Um so what I'm gonna do here, I think it is safe for me to drop a link. Now, I think I'm gonna drop a link, or we could watch DoorDash with me, which is gonna suck. Okay.
Hey, you guys.
Okay, and I don't know why she playing music, but I think we're gonna watch. I think we're gonna drop a link here. I'm gonna drop a link, and if you all would like to come up, we can have a conversation because I don't know. Now I did see somewhere. I'm gonna go back up in your comments because I did see somewhere where you all were saying something. Okay. All right. Let me go back up a little bit. Okay. How you doing, Kit Kat? I'm sorry. How you doing? I don't know why I said Kit Kat. Cat y'all. Okay. All right. How you doing, Cat? Girl. How you doing, Corman? Something is going on with Olivia, right? But she feel like she is loose. She will lose, girl. How you doing? Oh, okay, I already spoke to Corman. Okay. Okay, you got on my live late. Okay, Jazz busy cutting down food supply to the children. Exactly, girl. Time is going to tell right with how this works exactly. Okay. The streets on fire. Okay, we read that. Okay, we read that. Okay, I was just trying to make sure I went back in these comments. I don't know why I thought y'all said something else. We have okay. All right, I understand that. Uh yeah, you had to mop every day. Girl, I'm not mopping every day. My husband does floors. Like, well, that's one of his things that he know how to do. That ain't the only thing, but that is definitely like one of his expertise. I'm not mopping his floor every day. Cause if I, again, if I mop this floor every day, this floor gonna come up. Okay, if it get too wet. So I don't think I'm gonna watch this. I think we should go back when I don't want to watch Jasmine. I don't want to watch Jasmine on here. If we can go back in the past and watch Jasmine, a couple of things. Let's see what she got going on. Let's see. I like her unscripted better. On the terms of, let's see what she got going on. Like we can go. We've already watched some of this stuff I have not ever seen, and it probably will never see. Okay, I'm just gonna be honest. Okay. Some of this stuff that I'm not gonna ever see. Okay, I don't know why this helper got her mouth open. Okay, I don't know. It's kind of weird. Okay, so yeah, she had been working out for on and off for a little while, huh? When every time she have a baby, boy, I ain't gonna say nothing, boy, them children look just like her. So what happened to her eyebrows? 6 years ago, her eyebrows look halfway decent. She must have been going to get them done back then. See, this was, or maybe this is a filter or something. I don't know. Um, let's watch this. Let's watch. Is this Drunk Jasmine? Drunk Jasmine is better to watch. Let's watch this, y'all. So this was from like 6 years ago. Okay, so we're gonna get into. We're gonna talk about. I threw down a link. So if y'all haven't came up here before and you would like to come up here, or you have came up here before and you would like to come up here, you're more than welcome. Don't be shy.
WTF.
You can cover up. You can all you gotta do is hit the thing where we can't see your face. Dr. A, right? I need to get you some glasses, Jasmine. Kids are well on this one picture. I don't want to say it's not. Listen, Pammy, let me just tell you what it is for me. Okay, so let's have this conversation, okay? I want to have this real conversation. Now, I know a lot of you all, I don't want to talk about people's children. That's what it all boils down to. I don't want to talk about people's children like that. Now, you're more than welcome to say whatever you want to say, right? But I'm just saying, I don't want to talk. Have I in my past, have I ever talked about people's children? Yes, I have. But it wasn't right. But it wasn't right for me, okay? I'm just gonna tell y'all the truth. Because I've said some really mean stuff. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. That's why. So but for the record, I don't think her children are ugly though. I don't. I just don't. That's just my opinion. It's not about me needing glasses or not. I just don't think her children are ugly. For me, I just go under the guides of children or our futures, teach them well and let them lead the way. And if I'm personally not gonna say anything, now I will say like, hey, why you got that kid dressed like that type of thing. Now I'll say that, but that's kind of goes on to the mother, right? I try to keep all of my comments to the mother, unless now if y'all ever let's be clear now. I don't want to be a hypocrite, okay? Now, if somebody come up here and talk about my kids or one of my kids, I don't care if they old or young, I'm gonna go in. I'm not sparing you. I'm not gonna spare you. I'm gonna go in and it's gonna be bad. Okay. But I don't want to. So I don't want nobody to make me to. Okay. So therefore, I don't really talk about people's children like that unless at this stage of my life. I didn't say I didn't ever. I said at this stage of my life. So that's the reason why I really don't do it. Okay, I really don't. I don't like to. I don't like to. It don't make me feel good. I'm gonna tell you the truth. It just doesn't make me feel good. Okay. Now talking about what they have on or if they're ashy stuff like that. Now I would say, well, why you didn't put lotion on the kid? I mean, like I have grandmother conversation. You know, I'm a grandmother. So I would have grandmother conversation with the kid, okay? I mean, I would have a grandmother conversation with the parent, you know what I mean? But I try, that is not my intention. I don't want to do that. I just don't, right? Number one, it don't make me feel good. Number two, my mother who passed away was kind of real big on that, right? And she told, and I've done it before in front of her when I got mad, and she told me to stop doing it because it's not okay, right? So I don't want to, okay? You know what I'm saying? But you are more than welcome. You can express yourself the way that you need to. You know what I mean? So that's it. That's it for me. But okay. That's just 34 years. That's just old. Jazz 34 years old. That skin. Okay. Now see, this is like later. So we're looking at early on skin. We're looking at 6 years ago skin. Okay.
This phone still ain't turned on.
Jasmine, let me be honest with you. Your hair, you probably did need to trim your ends. I must admit, but you putting all the wigs in your hair was not a helpful. I'm telling you, you messed up the texture of your hair. And see, Chrissy don't really care about that because Chrissy probably sleeps in her wigs, and she probably don't ever take her hair off. To be honest, right? When she meet these new guys and she bring them home, they probably don't even know what her hair look like. I had a partner like that where I've never seen her without her weave. I mean, she used to wear weaves. So I never seen her without her weaves. Every time you look at her, she would have that weave on. I swear to God. I spent out of her house, and that girl would never take off her weaves, okay? So some people, I think that's how Chrissy is. But if I was Jasmine, Now, maybe wearing a wig every so often, cool. Like if you have to do a hair unit thingy, maybe wearing it for that purpose and showing how to do it, and you get advertisements for that. That's cool. I will put it on at that point in time and show people how to install and just take it off. Because at some point in time, you gotta let your hair breathe. I mean, even to be honest with you, well, Olivia cutting her hair off that has damaged her hair, in my humble opinion, and dyeing it the way that she has dyed it, as well as putting a lot of those wigs on. So I think it's a combination, and stress, okay, and not eating healthy foods that also affects your hair, whether people know that or not. But Jasmine did have some nice natural hair, but Jasmine wanted to. It's just some things. Some of the things we tell her. Some things we be telling her. Yeah, you need to watch. We'll tell Jasmine, hey Jasmine, you need to watch Chrissy. Jasmine, watch Chrissy and do what Chrissy do, right? But this is not one of those things that she should have watched Chrissy for, because Chrissy don't really, to me, Chrissy had a nice hair too. Chrissy natural hairstyles used to be real pretty. Chrissy was real pretty to me when she had on those hairstyles, and when she was more natural, I could really see her. Now y'all told me, Dr. A, somebody sent me a picture of her without the filter. Okay, I get it, right? But what I'm saying is her and that natural hair was really pretty. But again, I'm not telling y'all, listen, I'm not against y'all wearing wigs, okay? So I'm not anti-wig for people, okay? I'm not like that, okay? I don't want to ever come across that. I don't think that I'm better because I have natural hair. I'm not saying that. I know some people, it may help you boost your confidence to make you feel better about yourself, and I'm not mad at that, okay? I have learned. I've learned when I was in the movement. I learned to really just embrace people for who they are. I promise. I promise. And if you are a wig wearing gal, then I'm still, you still my friend. We still cool. I ain't gonna say nothing about you. And I'm not saying you gotta show me your real hair. I don't feel like that. I feel like, I mean, I know I just told you about my partner that she didn't wear real hair, but I'm just saying that if that's who you, that's what it is for you. That's what it is for you. We all, everybody has their own reasons for wearing their hair the way that they need to wear their hair, right, y'all? Okay. Okay. Right here it says those kids need speech right in education, because they definitely, they speak their own language in their house. Yeah, I agree with that. And she don't try to perfect it. She don't try to tell them how to say something. The only time I heard, she did one time here recently tell Legendary how, she told Legendary to say something a different way when she was at the doctor's office. And he was saying something, and she was trying to try to get him to, she was trying to redirect him into saying something differently. And I think she just put that on for the doctor's visits, but I don't think she really normally cares. I'm just gonna be honest with you. That's just my opinion, y'all. That's my opinion. It don't have to be so, but it just kind of came across like that. Okay. Now, I'm sorry, y'all. Her head does not match her body. Pammy, it. You talking about Jasmine? You stupid. Oh my God. Okay, let's go. You again. You are free to say what you need to say. I'm not gonna stop you. I promise. I'm not. I'm not that. This is not that type of channel. Okay. Only thing I ask y'all to do is don't be mad at me. There's a couple of rules here. Don't be mad at me. Don't get mad at each other. Be kind to everybody in the chat, unless they are troll and they showing out that I don't have much to say. You know what I mean? Do what you feel. If it's a troll, right? If it's a troll. Second thing is make sure you misspell all of your cursey curvy words. Okay, that's all I ask y'all to do. Okay, that's all. But other than that, I feel like y'all should have fun here. Okay, but don't get mad at me. Okay, that's number one rule. Okay. But you have a right, you still have the ability to still express yourself. Okay.
All I need is you, baby. Is it charging? Like, what the fuck? Okay. I think it's charging. It's charging.
And so another thing, I think that um ooh, Jasmine do look kind of bad on her. But I think her hair looks so much better on here. I think this is the best I've seen Jasmine hair look to me. To me. To me. Like her own natural hair. We're not talking wigs. I have not seen a wig yet that was decent for her. All the wigs just look cheap to her to me. I don't think it will. I think it will be a pointless. Like if I was like on the level that they were on, like on the terms of having as many followers, I think it would be a waste. And with my hair now, with how I look now, I don't think I would do wig advertisements because I don't think that it's necessary, right? I don't dig it to be necessary for me. Okay. It's not necessary for me. I don't see a purpose of wearing a wig at this stage of my life, right? Um, but that's not to put anybody down. But I don't know. I don't know. I'm really trying to figure out like what was the why did Jasmine feel like was she just trying to emulate Chrissy and wearing the wigs or because I'm telling you this hairline is gone, baby. Look at all this hair Jasmine had. Well, damn, I should. You know what, Jasmine? Damn, I didn't even. God dang. Hold on, y'all. Let me. I need to get me a dry. I need to keep me a dry towel near me, so while I'm washing dishes, I can dry my hands off when I'm in between the dish. You know what I mean? But what I'm trying to, you know what, y'all? You know what? Is her hairline really gone, y'all? I don't know if her real line is really gone, y'all. I think Jasmine has always had a woodsy owl. I mean, a big old forehead, and it's always looked like this. And maybe she didn't really lose her hair. She lost her edges more so. But I don't think Jasmine actually lost her head because Jasmine has never really. Okay, so if we look, let me pull this up clear. Okay, hold on, y'all. Let me pull this up for you. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. Let me make me swallow. Okay, hold on. Stand by for a second. Stand by. Let's look at this real quick. Okay, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I'm gonna make this a lot bigger. I know you're gonna say, Dr. A, please don't make this no bigger than what it is. But I really want to make this bigger. Okay, I think is that the biggest I can get it? Yeah, I think that's the biggest I can get it. I think that's the biggest I can get it. Okay, y'all. So, did Jasmine really lose hair, or does she just have a big forehead, y'all? Maybe she lost a little bit, or do y'all think she just has a big forehead? See, I didn't even really think about that. Interesting.
Fuck, y'all are coming in quick.
She drunk.
Hey everyone. What's everybody doing this Friday? I have my music.
You know what, Jasmine? Even the same type of conversation she has. Like, do you know? I talk a lot. I talk every day because I deal. That's my business. That's how I have to talk when I'm selling the item, when I'm coaching. I do coaches, or if I'm doing readings, or when I'm selling the product, or when I'm answering someone's question on the phone. So I do a lot of talking. So sometimes I don't feel like talking. And then when I come up here, man, sometimes I do get tired. You know what I mean? And sometimes because I do a lot of talking, right? My professional life does involve me doing a lot of talking. And I do talk a lot, right, to begin with, right? But sometimes my energy be like, oh, you know what I mean? And I done went on a lot of different platforms today just to try to test some things out. And I'm trying to get my little TikTok all the way righteous here. I'm trying to get familiar with the TikTok and everything. So I do a lot of talking, right? But, of course, if you do a lot of talking, sometimes you get tired. Jasmine just don't ever have anything much to say. Is it just me that feels like this? She just doesn't really have much to say at all. And it's like I don't understand. And so it's based so her likes or her followers are really based off the children, to be honest, right? And just how kind of how unfit she is. That's really what it's about. Okay. Who just came? Did anybody just come in here? Those foods that's gonna be healthy, so big change coming, girl. Yeah, you ain't lying about that. It's going down for real. It is really going down for real. So I looked at this video. I'm gonna go to another one of her videos. I just kind of want to look at that. I saw that and I was like, well, dang, I don't remember. This has been so long. I wasn't watching Jasmine 6 years ago, y'all.
Usually, I don't
I
post.
wasn't watching Jasmine 6 years ago, so I didn't really see, you know what I mean. I still like her better with her hair looking like that as opposed to these hairstyles. And I don't know, and she could either, I don't know. It's just the wigs look really crazy to me. It just looks really crazy, crazy. I don't necessarily understand what is her motive. Okay. And what is this? I never did watch this video. See, some of her videos, y'all, I just couldn't take.
Visit Cabinets to Go and get up to 50% off.
I said I was gonna save for later. And if she didn't say anything in regards to it, I wasn't gonna say nothing, right? Even if she had deleted it, I would be like, oh well, she deleted it.
Wanna go play?
Okay, so it's just a lot of clickbait. And so that's another thing. That's really a YouTube violation, all this clickbait stuff. A lot of things are going to change for real, like even on the terms of the way that we look at things. I'm telling you, like even social media is changing as we speak, right, y'all?
So I'm sleepy. Wake up, think about.
Think a bug. See, this was she was going to the gym. See, she was going to the gym heavily on here, girl, and she that money done ran out. But see, my thing is, if you already have, I get it. She wanted to get out the house, right? But she already had. But if she's so low on money, right, what she says she is, she does have a whole gym set. That's why I don't go to the gym because I have a whole gym set here. I know my homegirl is like, well, I go to the gym. And I was like, well, that's cool. I mean, I have like stuff here at the house where I don't have to go to the gym. I'm telling you, everything I really need is really here. And like I said, the only thing I do want on my own, I'm probably gonna get a treadmill where it's not gonna have a top part. It's just gonna be a treadmill that I could that I'll get on. It won't have a top layer. It's like one of those treadmills that you can put underneath the couch. I just want something a little bit like that. I don't want no real big machine because, it's only so much room I got, right, y'all, in that living room. Because I told you I already got equipment in there.
I'm making my lunch, and Legend's already eating his lunch, trying to get a couple things done. But so I'm gonna go ahead and make his lunch, you guys. Because Google. Kaylin has volleyball, Legend has soccer, and I have basketball today. Busy day. All day should stay busy. Y'all know how it is. All right, so I put this on the stove, but.
And that's one of those plays. I don't know. I don't know. It's again, I do know. Again, processed food, it's just not, you can make, okay, so if you want a small meal like that, you can do that yourself and it'll be cheaper. You literally can make your own meal like that yourself. You don't have to go to the store and buy that. You can make your own little meal and just count your own calories. All you got to do is Google, and Google will have all of that for you. Okay, or have somebody to make it for you if you don't really want to go through that. Because some of my clients is like, well, some of my clients was like, well, I know Dr. A, I can Google some things, but I would really just rather you do it because it's simpler and easy. You know what I mean? And some of I had one client, man, she weighed about 300 and some pounds, y'all. And I started working with her like a year and some change ago. And she is down to 200, almost close to 100 and some change. I mean, 100, like almost close to 100. And by the time I talk to her again, the goal for her right now, for by the time I talk to her again, she should be down to, I've not called her, I've not cheated and called her early on, but she should be down to at least the next time I talked about 180 something. Okay. So even if she get down, we listed it for 185. So even if she got down to 189, that's really good, right? Because that's still progression. Okay. But I'm telling you that it's not really, it's more, sometimes people legitimately have health issues where it makes them big. That is very true. That is very true, like thyroid issues, right? So like thyroid issues, but then there's other people who, or the people who have been big their whole life. So that is totally understandable. That is totally understandable. Because if you got to the point where you're like, you know what, I've been big my whole life and I would like to get down, right? But then there's the people that have just eating issues, meaning they eat when they're sad, they eat when they're unhappy. You know what I'm saying? That's Jasmine. Like, she don't have like control. Like, and that's no disrespect. She don't want to have control, right? So it's things like that. And then like part of her weight gain is also centered around her not really wanting to cook for herself. And even if she don't want to really, because her a lack of wanting to learn how to cook. And it's not really hard to really learn how to cook. Some things you should learn how to cook basic things. Like Jasmine does know how, and Jasmine knows how to make pasta. That's a basic thing. Jasmine knows how to prepare a little sandwich. God help her. Well, I don't know. Does she? Well, I take that back. Does she know how to prepare a sandwich? I don't know. But if you can fry chicken, you know what? You know, for a meat eater, if you can fry chicken, then you can do a lot of things, right? If you know how to fry chicken, if you know how to do beef, then you can do veggies. Veggies are so easy to make. Veggies are easier than making meat. I promise you, it is. You can do so many different things with vegetables, and there's ways that you can trick your children into eating vegetables also. But those children that don't like vegetables, no children, not even vegetarian children, uh, like, really necessarily, they would rather have like the vegan nuggets or the vegan this and that, like the processed food stuff. Like, I don't even buy that stuff anymore. Did I buy it at one point in time? Yes, I did. But when you get to the point, when you get to an area in your life where you just know, because that contains a lot of sodium and it tastes really good. Don't get it twisted. It tastes so good, y'all. But it does have a lot of sodium in it. And it's processed foods. And so what we have to do is we had to get to the point where we do our own. You know what I mean? And so that wasn't so hard to do. We just started doing it. You know what I mean? We just cold turkey one day. One day we got the little chicken vegan, the little chick, they call it chick CHIK. You know what I mean? So one day we just said we ain't doing it no more. We told my son we not eating it no more. Now if we out somewhere and they have that, if we go out of town, let's say that. If we go out of town and we go to a place where they do have something like that, then we probably eat it then at that point, sometimes. But we try to get just the vegetables, right? So it's stuff like this. This whole meal right here makes no sense. Then she could have easily just made what is that? A chicken breast, some kind of a chicken, and all she had to do was put glazed on there herself. But even with that glaze, that still has, like, you know what I mean? That still has calories on there. You know what I'm saying? That still has calories on there that is making you, gain weight. So it's like you're defeating the whole purpose. How you doing, Tangela Smangela? You know what I mean? It still has calories on there. So what is the point? You know what I mean? How you, Corman? Freezer meals. Right. You two got it. Okay. Jasmine has no idea how to cook right or how to freeze meals. To be honest, Jazz needs a coach. Life is getting harder. Exactly. Right. And she liked the book, right? Left Behind. Exactly. I definitely do agree with that. But see, Jasmine, I'm a life coach, but Jasmine is not going to work with me because I done talked about her, and I don't blame her. I mean, who would work with somebody that done dogged them out? You know what I'm saying? But there's still other people. But it wasn't like let's keep the ballistics. Jasmine wasn't gonna pay me anyway, right? Whether I talked about her or not. If I came up here and was nice to Jasmine, Jasmine wouldn't talk to me. Jasmine would be trying to get money out of me. Jasmine don't even want to talk to a counselor. Jasmine and Olivia, those two, only time they would talk to somebody if it was court order or if they could talk to a person for free. They want them type of people. I have a client like that too. She just get readings from me and she gets like, herbs and stuff from me because she don't deem it necessary that she talks to a life coach or talk to someone that can counsel her. She don't deem that necessary. But yet she has episodes. Girl, she be having episodes every week. The type of episodes, and then she'll call me. Wait, this is the thing. Let me keep it real, y'all. She'll call me during those episodes, and I'll be like, "Well, hit that link." You know what I mean? I'm not going to talk to you for free. And that's not fair to me. I'm like, "Well, girl, I gotta go. I got a client on the other end that's going to pay me." Okay, and I'm just saying that Jasmine don't want to pay. Jasmine's not going to pay. And even if it was insured, Jasmine would do it because Jasmine don't want to really. Jasmine like to waste people's time. Jasmine would rather sit on YouTube and let YouTube guide her. You know what I mean? Or Jasmine would talk to one of these members that follow her, which I don't know. She should have got enough of that because the thing is, for me, I can't get on her and tell you her business, right? Even if I was working with Jasmine, I would have to really stop talking about. I couldn't even talk about Jasmine no more altogether. To be honest with you, I wouldn't even be able to do no more reactions on her. You know what I mean? I'm just saying that that's real, but they just don't think they think they know everything, and they don't know how to take and or accept criticism. And not only just about criticism, it's not really always about criticism, but the issue is they don't want to look at themselves. They don't want to acknowledge. That would take them to have to really work on themselves and have to acknowledge certain things. Do you know how hard that is for some people? I know when I had to look at myself, I had to do an honest assessment of myself. Okay, this was before I became a life coach. And I had to really look at myself and go, you know what? That was jacked up what you did. You know what I mean? You can't keep living like this. This is not happy. This is not happy at all. It's all, okay? And so that's hard to look at the shadow side of yourself. That's hard. But, if you really want to heal, you have to. And these people don't really want to heal. Jasmine want to live in her past. She want to live in her basketball days. She want to live in, her basketball, because that was the best times of her life, her basketball days and some of her high school years. Some of it. I didn't say all of it. I said some of it. She want to live in that. But it's too late before she even really had these children, to be honest, right? She want to live in that. She want to live at a time when she wasn't really when she didn't have her children, because she liked her independence, but it's too late. You know what I mean? You can't relive that. Because I remember after my children got older and grown and they started to need me less, I was like, cool, you know what I mean? But I wasn't. And then I knew before they got older, I was like, well, I would like another child. You know what I mean? I knew that up front. But I've had periods of, and even me as a teenage mom, because I was a teenage mom, y'all. Even as a teenage mom, I've had periods of when everybody else was having children. Baby, by the time everybody started having children, my children were grown, and I was just like chilling. I was hanging, I was chilling, I was doing this, I was doing that. So I've done all that. You know what I mean? So I've lived my life. And even with my children, I lived my life. So I didn't go through what Jasmine went through. I had babysitters, baby. I had babysitters. Okay. I had babysitters. I had a support team, so I didn't have to necessarily go through what Jasmine went through per se. But it's the principle. Right. Jazz would take Chris, right, girl, she would take him back in a minute now, but girl, he don't love her. He don't love her. And that's not really a problem. That's her problem. That's a her problem, right? Because if somebody don't like, why would you want somebody back that don't want you? You know what I'm saying? And then for her to sit on her on live, you know how embarrassing it is. Even as a clickbait, even if her teasing everyone, even if he told her, look, Jasmine, I'll take you back. Do you understand how embarrassing that is? I'm glad you brought that up. Thank you, Rose. Do you know how embarrassing that is to even think about taking somebody back or loving somebody that don't love you back and tell people that stuff? That's not. I don't want to hear nothing about that being. I don't want to hear about vulnerability, right? Don't get up here and try to talk to me about vulnerability, right? And I know that Dr. A has had some vulnerable moments here on this live, and we've had a real good conversation in all of our vulnerability. But that's a vulnerability that I don't want to have, right? That's a vulnerability I don't want to have. I don't want to have a vulnerability of somebody not wanting me back or loving me back the way that I love them. You understand what I'm saying? A person that's not really a person who has never really shown me love. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying, right? Once again, not trying to be funny, but but do a side by side with Jasmine and her dad. Damn, James. Girl, you are stupid. Girl, I do it. I would. Girl, I don't even have a picture of her damn daddy, okay? First of all, I don't even have a picture of her damn daddy. You so stupid. You are trying to be funny. You stop it. You so nice not trying to be funny. Girl, you are definitely trying to be funny. You cut it out. You cut it out. You are trying to be funny. Oh my God. Y'all crack me up. I just be in there laughing at y'all crazy self. Y'all are nuts. You hear me? Y'all are damn nuts. I go back and listen to these videos. I start cracking up. I said, these people are crazy. I said the crystals are crazy as hell. You heard me? I just be laughing at y'all. I go back and listen to this. I was like, I'm not listening to these people. These people are crazy. Jasmine got journey books, right, and budget books, all the empty, right, right, right. And she can't even figure it out. Girl, you ain't lying about that, girl. You are not lying about that. And how you doing, Tangela Smash? Did I speak to you? I feel like I have. Okay. I have felt like I had spoke to you, okay? But if I didn't, I'm speaking to you again, okay?
But I'm about to, girl, my butter's melting. Put this in the oven so it can cook a little bit longer and cook with the asparagus.
Yeah, and you gotta ask yourself, like, if you lost all this weight, and he was basically like, well, if you lose all the weight, well, I guess one of the recommendations from him was the children holler too much, they there all the time, the daddy need, because remember he said that live, you need to develop a schedule for him to come get his children, right? But keep in mind that he didn't even have a schedule to go get his damn children, so how he was gonna tell her? So that was kind of one of the provisions of him really wanting to be with her, right? Remember he said that live, right? Then another one was for her to lose weight, get a steady income. So she lost weight. She did lose weight originally, right? But she's still smaller than what she used to be. Now, is she gaining weight back? Yes. But I'm just saying, right? So he told her that she was too fat, that she need to lose weight, right? Okay, so she lost weight. Okay, she got a schedule for the children. She got a schedule for them to be over to Philip's house, right? That's pretty much set in stone. They pretty much got it, unless Hannah get mad and she find out Philip cheating on her or something, or they having issues, and then he won't get it. You know what I mean? Then Hannah don't go get him. So okay, cool. But other than that, for the most part, she has a schedule with the children, right, y'all? For the most part, I would say 80% of the time, the children are on a schedule with Philip. Even if it changes up, if Jasmine has some issues at the house on her times off, so really it balances out. So on her times off, if like let's say if the water gets cut off or the water gets cut off or she has to DoorDash heavily or something happens, so Hannah will come get those children, right? So and that's so every so often, right? Philip takes them to the doctor allegedly. That's what Jasmine says, right? So pretty much they on an 80% schedule, which is more than what they were originally, right, y'all? Okay, so she's done that. Okay, she lost the weight. Okay, and let's see, what else did he tell her to do? He told her to start keeping that house clean and stop being on YouTube all day. Jasmine's not on YouTube all day like she used to be. She's still on there, but she's not on there like she used to be, y'all. Okay, so she's cut back on that, right? He told her to get her to do something different, to do something else besides YouTube. Okay, so she started DoorDash. Okay, so she basically has made the improvements for the most part, right, y'all? So why he ain't back, Jasmine? He's not back, Jasmine. We're not gonna play these games. So why he not back? So you gotta ask yourself. You did everything damn near he asked you to do. So why he ain't back? So why are you devoting and talking about you still love him and this and that? You love him so much and you love him more than you love yourself and all these things. But why he ain't back yet? I'm just asking a real live question. Why he ain't back then? If you love him so much and he loves you so much, and you know what I mean, YouTube done mess it up. YouTube didn't mess up y'all relationship, Jasmine. The truth is, no, what happened was the people, I think you told Suction Cup over there, little Gonzo over there. You told Gonzo that YouTube messed up your relationship. Well, that's partly true. Let's tell the truth now. No, you got with somebody that didn't really want you. And what happened was he just taxed on YouTube being a issue as well, which it could probably have been an issue, right? It probably could have been an issue because, think about it. After a man get home from work, he don't necessarily want to hear about you having drama on YouTube. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't want, if I got off of work and I was my husband did YouTube, and let's say he made he made a living off of YouTube. That was one of his things, right? And if I get off of work after being at Euphoria all day and having to deal with our son, do you think I want to come home and hear about some old ninjas that he getting into with on YouTube? No, I don't, to be honest. No, I don't. So that's kind of annoying, especially after somebody tell you, well, hey, hey, just ignore them. Hey, ignore them. And every time you turn around, Jasmine, you beefing with everybody, to be honest with you, Jasmine. You was beefing with Medusa. For what? Chris was in your house, right? So why is you beefing with her? You beefing with LaKenya. You beefing with Chris' sister. Like, whatever. And let me tell you something, a key thing. When siblings have issues, you do not interfere. You do not interfere. You know what I mean? As long as they're not putting their hands on each other. Now, if they start fist fighting or something, you be like, hey, y'all stop. Now, that's something different, okay? But you don't take sides. Let me say it differently. You don't take sides. What you do is you say, y'all brother and sister, y'all can't be moving like this. And you just don't take sides. You don't take sides. You know what I mean? You do not take sides. You do not go against, because they're going to be right back cool, right? Those are siblings. They're going to be right back cool. And then you're going to be on the outs because you're going to be getting into it with that sibling. So it's not even necessary for you to get into it with that sibling. It just ain't worth it. Even if the sibling is a shiggity starter, you just kind of want to stay away from them in that way. If you already know that they sibling is a handful and you already know they start a lot of stuff, then just stay away from them in that way. And if you have children with that person, then you just deal with the children. Y'all just deal with the children. You know what I mean? Like, hey, your nephews do such and such and such and such and such, and then And then you ask the sibling about their children, and you just stay on the children's topic because those are safer places for you rather than talking about the sibling. Stay away from talking about the sibling, and see that's where you get in trouble when you start talking about their brother or their sister, whoever you with. That's when you start getting in trouble. And the second thing is you don't want to do, and I'm gonna tell you this, is you just don't talk about the sibling. You don't go and talk to your mate about their sibling unless their sibling is doing something to you. If they doing something to each other, that's one thing. But don't you get involved in that. Don't you utter a word. And so that's where you went wrong with Sierra. Okay? Because y'all could have hashed that out. Y'all could have hashed that out as a family. You could have been like, look, Sierra, we are a family. You can't come over my house like this now. You know what I mean? It's the way, like, Sierra, come on now. That's your brother. Come on, Chris. This is your sister. You know, come on now. Y'all can't be beefing like this. It's not gonna work. Like, come on now. Y'all supposed to love each other. Now, come on now. We don't get it. We are family, y'all. We are family. That's how you do that. You don't have them over there beefing, and you don't come in, but try to come in between somebody's siblings or they mama, unless they mama done hit you or they mama's too much. You know what I mean? Like Scrappy Mama. And then if they mama like Scrappy Mama, the rapper, then you get out. if they mama like Mama D, like Jim Jones' mama, then you get out. Then you just leave because that's not gonna be a good fit for you. But I'm not dealing with no Jim Jones mom. That's what you do. You just don't get with them because you know what though. The real is, Jasmine, whether you notice or not, Chris tried to separate you from your mom. Okay, number one, and that was a no. Whatever you and your mama had going on, he should have stayed out of it. If he was any kind of man, he would have stayed out of it. He would have stayed his tail out of it. Okay. But if the family do not like you, if the mama and the dad, if the aunt or whoever the parental person, if they don't like you, it's not gonna work. I'm just gonna say the deal. And like I told one of my clients, if the family don't like you, it's not gonna work. That's it. And if it's one thing, if you did something to the family, then it makes a difference. If you ain't do nothing to that family and they don't like you, then that's something different. But I'm talking about you have done some things, Jasmine. You're not innocent because you stuck your nose where it didn't belong. Okay? So that was strike. That was a big strike. Regardless of whether he get along with his sister or not, that's still his sister. That ain't up for your conversation. That's not up for discussion. That's number one. And you did you was a little disrespectful, to be honest with you. To be honest. Because if they had been my brother, whatever me and my brother had going on, and you would have stepped in, there would have been a problem. And one thing I'm gonna not do I'm a big sister, Jasmine, but I haven't been a sister that long. But one thing I do know is if my brother was getting into it with his fiance, I'll pull him aside, like, brother, come on now, or his wife or whatever. Because my brother, before he died, he had a fiance. Okay. I didn't know what was going on with him, and he told me things, but I didn't get into it. You know what I'm saying? Just some things I just wouldn't say to her, right? Not that he was wrong, not that he did anything wrong to her, because he did. Because I know she listened to I know she might be over her, but he didn't do anything wrong. But I'm just saying, just some things I just don't say. But for the most part, my brother spoke highly. My brother didn't talk stuff about his sister. His woman to me, not negative, not to me. You know what I mean? He always talked about how good she was. But even if she wasn't, it's just some things it's none of my business, right? It's just some things that just ain't none of my business, right? So when you start putting yourself in a situation where if they was arguing or whatever the case is, if she started some mess, Jasmine, because I think you did say she was messy, and he said his sister was messy. Okay, that was between you and him. That was him pillow talking to you. That had nothing to do with us. You should have never brought that up. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what happened because you could have had you a babysitter. You could have had you a babysitter for real. But you don't have a babysitter because you run your mouth too much. And that's part of the problem. You run your damn mouth too much. Leave other people's siblings and stuff alone. It's just some things you just don't do. You try to interfere with that. You try, and he was wrong too. Don't get it twisted. He was wrong too for interfering with between you and your mama's beef. Whatever you and your mama had going on, he should have been that man to just say, baby, that's still your mama. It's a way we can handle this. Even if he was gonna intervene, he could have handled Mama Deuce a little differently. He could have handled. He shouldn't have had you. He shouldn't have hyped you up to get up there if he was talking about. You know what I mean? It's a way that he could have handled it. But it's just she. The point is, Chris, her mama would have never got up here and said that you was a little aggressive with her daughter if you hadn't been aggressive with her daughter. Let's look at that point too now. We got to look at that point, okay? So if you shouldn't have been aggressive, y'all shouldn't have been fighting in the kitchen with each other, or wherever y'all was fighting at. Y'all shouldn't have been fighting. You just met Jasmine. You were already fighting, Jasmine. So this man was already laying hands on you. He just met you. And I'm not saying at any time should a man lay his hands on you, but goddamn, you just met him. You ain't even been together that long. And every time, and Olivia, and I believe this, even Chrissy said this, that he has put his hands on you on more than one occasion. One is enough, to be honest, right? Right, ladies? Once is enough. So I don't see how you can sit up here, Jasmine, and say that, you still miss him, or you still want him, or a continuation of y'all possibly getting back together. I mean, you'll be a fool, but hey, because it ain't even just a thing of him cheating on you. It's bigger than that. I mean, there's no respect there. Once a man start putting his hands on you, he don't respect you, and it's not gonna work. Because when he comes back, if he comes back, he gonna be way worse. He gonna be way worse because he know he can get away with it because he know you desperate. He know you desperate, and he know that you would accept anything at this stage. He know that if you would tolerate anything. So he knows that he can cheat on you. He can bust you upside your head. He can mistreat your children. He can do whatever he got to do. And at the end of the day, you still going to accept him. You ain't going to put him out. You ain't going to put him out. Not for real. Not long term. Not long term. Because see, what he going to do next time is put his name on your stuff. And what y'all going to end up doing is, you know what I'm saying? You got to take a lot to get it, put him out. Because he ain't going to leave, willingly this time. Because he might not have nowhere else to go. You understand what I'm saying? So that would be dumb to get back with him. And, a lot of people on here, Jasmine and Crystal Palace, they'll tell you that you really need to focus on yourself. And I would tell you the same. I would tell you to get all your stuff in the ducks in a row. Because the last thing you need to be thinking about, you need another lover like you need a hole in your head, to be honest, right? You need to be focused on, and who am I to tell you this, but it's just my opinion. You need to be focused on getting your money right. Right? And I know y'all gonna say, well, she is door dashing. Right, she door dashing, but that's not stable income. She already got YouTube, and YouTube and all social media is not really stable income, right? To be honest, right? We know this. YouTube is not stable income like that. So find another, not telling her to get off her, not telling her that, but find another stable income like a 9 to 5, like where she could take PTO. You know what I mean? Even a part-time, that'll be more stable because she knows she's guaranteed. For example, if she found a job that'll pay her $450 a week, let's just say, and it's guaranteed money. That's guaranteed money that she's gonna get that $450 a week. Plus, she'll get whatever she's going to get on YouTube, provided that she put out videos, provided that she do some lives, provided that she does some promotions of wigs or whatever the fuck, that raggedy shit that she be getting, right? But they paying her. So if she does that, she does these brand deals, right? So they're going to give her money for that, supposedly. They're going to give her money for that. Then she has TikTok. She'll be getting some money off of TikTok. Then she'll be getting some money off of Facebook, Instagram, and all these other places. So she'll have those monies coming in, right? But then she'll have that guarantee check so she don't have to work as hard. And then if she does and says, well, I'm gonna do DoorDash on the weekend only. You know what I'm saying? So she just says, well, I'm gonna do and then the other job, she only does part-time, so she does that Monday through Friday, right? And then she does DoorDash on the weekend. You see what I'm saying? That's some good money right there. But that's what I'm talking about. And then she's like, well, I'm not going to get another job until Legendaries goes back to school. Well, damn, when he going back to school, though? Because, Jasmine, you waited too late. I think you missed the deadline. That's probably what happened. You didn't miss the deadline for going back to school. Let's go. Mm-mm. I mean, look at all that sauce in there. Ew, Jasmine, you could have made that nasty meal at home. How you doing, Black and Bougie? I missed you. Girl. Not that I miss everybody else, but Black and Bougie have not been here for a while. She will cash app Chris on Father's Day. Yeah, she probably will. Look at her trash. It's always full. You heard me, Black and Bougie? You heard me? Phil gets nothing for Father's Day. Who is there? Exactly. Very true. Swear to God, I wish Hips Girl would say stop. Girl, Gerard there for the web kids and get nothing from Olivia. Girl, she ain't gonna get him nothing because if she get him something, she would have to admit to defeat. You get what I'm saying? Olivia is just not going to admit to defeat. Like, Olivia clearly is wrong on so many levels. Like, and it's not even about whatever happened with Gerard and his wife. That's and Olivia. Like, whatever, if he had escapades with Olivia, because I know some of y'all be angry when I talk about that. Some of y'all done got mad. I done got emails. I mean, I done got emails, text messages on the 502 number, where y'all was like, well, if you believe that, you're stupid. And I'm not stupid, but I do believe that something happened that was inappropriate. Not saying what it was, but Antonisha kind of confirmed that, y'all. I don't know if y'all really been paying attention. You know, it don't take a person who has a third eye to figure that out. But long story short story long, that, you know, we don't know exactly what happened, of course, right, y'all? But we know something was inappropriate. I'm just going to go with that, okay? Whether it was a conversation or whether he came over and he shouldn't have came over, maybe he didn't touch her. I don't know. But something was inappropriate, okay? Okay? Trust me. I believe that. But needless to say, that's between them. That's between Olivia, Gerard, and Antonisha. That's the Antonisha and Gerard's marriage, right? Gerard ain't really on her like that, right? He not on YouTube. He's just connected to Olivia, right? So he connected to Olivia, so we talk about it because he's connected to Olivia, right? And because she came on her platform and said it, right? So that's the only reason why we're talking about it. We wouldn't talk about it if it had been somewhere else. Like if Philip had cheated on Hannah, we wouldn't really care. We wouldn't really trip off that because Philip is we probably would more so with Philip because Philip actually did have a channel and Gerard was just like through Olivia, right? So that's the only reason why we talk about it. Father's Day is nothing from nothing from these guys, right? That stood strong. Yeah, it's not gonna be nothing for them because, you know, that would be having to admit, because number one, you got to remember, Jasmine does have some hostility toward Philip, though. See, she got the wrong hostility. She feels a ways about Philip basically cheating on her and having babies on her, and he also feel the ways like, you know, the fact that he kind of, you know what I mean? He left her with those children while he went back forth to jail. So she kind of do blame him for that. But at the end of the day, you know, Philip still has loyalty with Jasmine. We got to understand that he definitely has loyalty for her because Philip be sitting on her running plays with Jasmine. We heard this ourselves, right, y'all? But anyway, let's continue.
Before, and I'm just done, so I'm about to eat it. It was so good, and drink me a tall glass cup of.
Like, okay, and this whole, I mean, every time I look, I'm just kind of irritated because I can't believe somebody that say that they love their children claim that the children. Now let's go back over this. I know I keep saying it. Now this is what she said earlier when she started talking about her children. And I'm thinking, okay, I'm like, well, did she give her children a whole dinner, a whole lunch? She just gave them hot pockets each. They did not get like some fruit. She didn't give them no fruit. You would think that, okay, if somebody gonna tell you you can't overeat or whatever, well, damn, how's a hot pocket? That's it. That's all they get is a hot pocket. That is starving them. I don't care what she says. A hot pocket is not enough, ma'am. A hot pocket, at least a hot pocket, some chips, and some and some grapes. Not just one or two grapes, but at least a bowl of grapes. For crying out loud. And I don't even eat meat for the record. But why they can't have at least that? If you're gonna control the food, control it in the right way, though. You're not even giving them a balanced. You're not even giving them something that makes sense. You know what I mean? You're not even giving them. Or if you said, well, you gave them hot pocket chips and some fruit, or you in a bowl of fruit, and not, you know what I mean, like multiple fruits, like maybe grapes, uh kiwi, something. Oh, you didn't get, you just gave him a hot pocket, and you think that's gonna fit? Hell, the girl did. My mom would have never did that for me as a child, and I was not big. I was small. I was a small little kid, and my mama still gave me, a nice little lunch. You know what I mean? My mother would make me a lunch and give me money if I wanted to buy something extra with my lunch. That's what she used to do for me. You know what I mean? When I was young, she would be like, well, and I would have my account already paid for. I would already have money on my account. Then she would give me enough money if I wanted to stop at the store before coming home. She would give me money for that too. You know what I mean? Where I could just get some candy or some chips or whatever it is I wanted. If I wanted a pickle, I'm old school, y'all. We used to eat them pickles. Am I the only one that ate them pickles? Them hot pickles. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. I'm just saying. I've just never seen anything like this girl. I don't know why people put locks on their refrigerator. Girl, I never had a lock on my refrigerator. That is crazy. That is the most craziest thing I've ever heard in my life. For you to put a lock on your refrigerator door from your children. Who does that? Or cabinets? You know what I'm saying? Just hide. Now I understand. Now I ain't gonna lie. I understand hiding potato chips. I'm not hiding potato chips because I don't want my children. Because I think my children are going to be greedy. I would hide. Only way I would hide them is if they ate too much. But my son has chips. Has his own. My son went and bought his own bag of chips. And he don't even. You know what I mean? And he don't have to sneak down here and eat the chips. He just eat it when he's supposed to eat it. You know what I'm saying? It's his chips. You know what he worried about? He worried about me eating his chips. Okay, let's just be honest. Let's just keep it real. Let's keep it real. My son is more worried about me eating his chips. He's more worried about me eating his chips less than me worried about him eating all his bag. Because he'll save his bag of chips, baby. Because he wanted for lunch. He wants some of his chips for lunch along with his food. You know what I mean? And it's just weird how Jasmine goes about, I understand not giving them a hot pocket, right? I do. I understand not giving them two hot pockets, but damn, can you give them something more than just one goddamn hot pocket? Who does that? I'm not understanding. I'm gonna drop the link if y'all want to come up and talk. Okay, hold on. I'm trying to put my little back on the charger. If you heard a little noise, that's me putting it back on the charger. Right, empty calories. Right, it is empty calories. But at least if you're gonna do some damn If you're gonna give them some damn hot pockets, then at least get them some damn fruit with the shit, for crying out loud. You know, even like with a store-bought pizza, like if I bought my son like a cheese store-bought pizza, a vegetarian pizza, a pizza with vegetables on it, I'm gonna at least put some fruit with it. You know what I'm saying? I'll at least put some fruit with it and a salad. He definitely gonna have a fruit and some salad with it. And if he ate all his fruit and his salad up, and he wanted another piece of his pizza, I'm gonna give it to him, because at least he ate his fruit, at least he ate his dang on salad. Like, come on now, Jasmine. Why they can only have dinner seconds during lunch? Well, Jasmine, I mean during dinner. Well, Jasmine, do you know that like the last part of dinner is like usually the last meal, right? So why wouldn't you give them more to eat for dinner? I mean for lunch, because they're gonna burn it out, because they're gonna be running around. They're not likely to run it around during dinner time, right? They're not likely to run the food around during dinner time, because then you putting them in the bed, and well, you should be putting them in the bed and getting the bath. And I'm not saying you shouldn't give them seconds for dinner. Okay, you should give them seconds. I think that if a child is still hungry, feed them. If you more than likely, usually during breakfast and during lunch, my son is pretty much, he don't ask for seconds. Dinner he does, to be honest. Dinner he does. But lunch and breakfast, not so much. And I give him a whole lot of food since I was for breakfast. But I've started cutting back on the breakfast. I've been giving him little small meals for breakfast. Hell, sometimes I might even just give him fruit, right? Fruit in a waffle or something, right? But for the most part, he's not really tripping off no big breakfast though. He every now and then he might ask for a big breakfast. You know what I mean? But not often. Not often. Cinnamon sugar, right, on bread is a great snack. Okay. Well, we don't do sugar. That's a whole nother conversation. But cinnamon, like, maybe cinnamon agave. You know what I mean? You can do avocado toast. You know what I'm saying? Ava definitely needs some avocado toast, because that'll help her gain some damn weight. It don't make no sense how much that little girl weigh. It just doesn't make sense to me. I don't understand why you would not. Can y'all hear me? I don't understand. Hold on, let me make this smaller. I don't understand why you wouldn't feed your children. You could say, "Oh, I'm feeding them." Yeah, you are giving them bullshit, sure, but just like I think we had this conversation before. When I was talking to when Black and Bougie came up here one time. And she was talking about what she give her wonderful children. She said that sometimes she'll let them junk out, and that's cool, but she provides a meal for them. She provides a meal for them, and she has designated days where she actually home cooks, right? Because Black and Bougie works a lot, right? So it's understandable. I mean, I get it. They're teenagers. You know what I'm saying? I totally get it. But damn, these is little children. Now, when they teenagers, y'all, sometimes we try to, you know what I mean? Especially when they get like 15 and up, 15 and up, they kind of get on their own little food, y'all. But for the most part, I'm like, shoot. But, and then, like, one thing I don't understand about Jasmine, this is something that I have to talk about. And I talked about this earlier. I don't understand why she doesn't. Hold on, y'all. I got to pick up this stuff. I had to pick up my dish rack, and bring it over here. And it's full of dishes. I don't want to drop it. Anyway, one thing I didn't understand about Jasmine, you don't ever see her sitting down with her children and eating dinner. And it kind of tells me a lot. And the thing is, here's the key ingredient to Jasmine. This is the thing that we have to discuss. Jasmine, if you won't eat your own cooking, let's just keep it real, Jasmine. For the most part, and I'm not saying you do sometimes, right? But as a whole, you don't eat your own cooking. So if you don't, I mean, as a whole, now I would say 20% of the time you eat your own cooking. The rest is basically warmed up, right? It's already cooked. It's already prepared. Processed foods. Already prepared foods. You know, I have seen you don't really, for the most part, you don't really cook. You know, can we all agree on that? You don't really cook, Jasmine, right? You know, the thing is, where our question is the fact that you don't even cook for yourself. You really don't like your own cooking, to be honest, right? In my humble opinion, I don't think you enjoy your own cooking. So if you don't enjoy your own cooking, what makes you? Why should your children enjoy your cooking, though? I'm asking a solid question. If your children don't enjoy, if you don't enjoy your cooking, why would your children then? You know what I mean? And that has to be looked at. You have to that has to be a question. So if you don't enjoy your own cooking because you don't cook for yourself because you eat these meals, and don't tell me because you're trying to lose weight. That's not true. Okay, that's not true because if you were trying to lose weight, you would be eating this. Okay. How you doing, Alex? Update on Olivia. Probation was revoked and a warrant has been issued, and CPS has been made aware thanks to Lipstick Pimp. Ooh, she got phone calls to the people right on her video. Thank you so much, Alex, for that update. Well, I'm gonna drop this link again. Y'all feel free to come up here and talk to me about that. We can have a conversation about that. If I talk about Olivia, I don't want to be talking about her by myself. Does that make sense? I don't want to talk about her by myself. I mean, y'all will interact with me on the chat, but I don't want to be up here. I want somebody up here with me to have a conversation with it, and y'all can type in the comments. So if y'all would like me to gear my conversation towards something else, that is not a problem. I will drop this link, and y'all can come up here and share, and let's talk about it. That is not a problem. I just don't like talking about Olivia by myself. I'm just gonna be honest, and not that I'm a punk, because I'm not. It's not that. It's just ick. You know what I mean? So I will drop the link. I don't want to be the only one talking about her. Sang the song, these children, let them be. I would, but you're at work. I understand, Alex. Okay, well, next time then, okay? Next time. No. If you're at work, obviously you can't. It's not this serious, girl. Stay your butt at work. How you doing, Virgo doll? I'm gonna drop this link again. I'm telling y'all to come on up here. You don't have to show your face, by the way, and I don't require you to show me your face beforehand. You don't have to show me your face beforehand, as long as your name is who it is. Liv is so gross, right? Good. Lock her up. Whoop, y'all ain't playing. Y'all not playing. Y'all don't like Olivia. I mean, I shouldn't say y'all don't like her, but y'all really feel some kind of way. Well, let me ask you a question. Okay. Well, since we talking. Well, here's the thing. Let me ask you a question. So, was CPS looking for her? I'm not sure about that. Where's Lipstick Pimp at? Maybe I should talk to Lipstick Pimp, huh? Where Lipstick Pimp at, y'all? Because I guess I would have to talk to her about this, huh? Well, so I guess my question, Alex, since you dropped that bit of information, and thank you, of course. So is CPS so was CPS looking for Olivia? Were they like yeah, we're looking for Olivia. Olivia has to follow these guidelines or whatever. Is that what it was? I'm not trying to. I mean, I guess I am trying to get up in the business. I guess that would be kind of a lie if I said I wasn't trying to get up. I mean, y'all brought it up, sure. So, but I might as well ask a couple questions. So, I'm trying to clean up these stove eyes. So if y'all hear some little scrapes along the way, it's because I'm trying to clean up these stove eyes. I'm done with the washing the dishes. Well, at least I washed the ones I was on. I washed half. Some of them I washed and put in the dish rack, and the other half I put in the dishwasher. So you're gonna hear me washing clothes. You're gonna hear the dishwasher doing its job. Okay. But anywho, I'm saying, did So I mean, was CPS gunning for her? Was CPS going to take her children? Or was CPS just like, well, they were just doing an investigation, or was it like deep, or was the CPS through the Gerard did she have like a main caseworker that was working with her because of Gerard have some type of requirement for her in order for her to have a relationship with her children or whatever? Because she had to take drug tests or something, pass the drug test in order to be around her children for so long. Is that what they're is that what that's geared for, or is it like the open cases, or what? Okay, how you doing? The plug lipstick pimp called Florida CPS and notified Texas CPS. Oh shit, she called both. God damn. Okay. Oh, okay. Right. So that's what I'm asking y'all. So I'm asking, okay, y'all are trying to answer my questions. I might need to answer my question better. Okay, let me try to answer my question better. Okay, let me try to use my communicative skills, communication skills to get this out. So what I'm asking, okay, I got. Thank you. But what I'm asking, like, okay, so they didn't basically know where that she had gone. So she basically, is it because she has an open case in Texas, or is it open cases, or because of Gerard her having her visitation time with the children, because she has to abide by some kind of rules as far as CPS because of the divorce with Gerard and Gerard taking the children. Is it something like that though? Because I don't really know. Because I mean, I don't really know. So I don't want to, you know. I'm just asking. Y'all brought it up. Y'all brought it up now. Y'all brought it up. So I'm just asking because you all brought it up. Not that I give a damn, but for the purposes of this conversation. Okay. All right. I think Texas has open case, but I don't know. Got it. Well, shit. I don't need the plug. I sure as hell don't know. We both don't know, huh? You just know what happened. You know what you told me, basically. Dr. A, be happy I told you this, right? You and Alice like, Dr. A, be happy I told you this. Should I just be happy y'all told me that? Okay, if y'all want to be happy y'all told me that, then I'll be happy. Okay, and I won't press. Okay, does that make sense? Don't be mad at me. I'm just saying. Okay, got it. Okay, I'm gonna drop this link. Y'all want to come up here? Y'all more than welcome to. Okay, because I don't know. Hopefully, y'all go back and look at that video I dropped earlier. But yeah, so I think so. That's interesting. Okay. Okay. Well. Wow. I hate to piss some of y'all off on here, but I'm not doing anything illegal. I'm taking care of my son. I'm taking care of my son. I ain't mistreat my son because I don't know. I don't have no open CPS cases, and even if I did, all I had to do was show them my house and show them I'm not doing nothing wrong with my son. But I don't want to go. I don't like CPS though, because I had y'all know I went through the government. I adopted. I adopted, so nobody wants to go through that no more. That would really traumatize my kid. Because see, my kid don't want to go through that no more. And if somebody do that, it's gonna be a problem. But I'm not doing anything illegal, to be honest, right? I'm not doing anything illegal. I don't have no harmful chemicals around my kid. He's not around no knives. He's not going out at daytime, going out at all times of the day. He's with mommy, right? He goes to homeschool. He's making straight A's. So I mean, and I can show you proof of that. They already know. So I got a whole good recommendation. I promise you. I told you I even got a job. I even got a job offer through the government. So they know who I am. But yeah, so I ain't with all that. But I hate when I don't know. I do have a yeah. I hate to see people mistreat their children. No, I don't think that's good. I used to read all that on paper, y'all. Y'all be surprised if I could just, man. I could never tell you the names. I mean, they didn't have the names on the parents anyway on those papers, but I'm telling you, it was some horrible stories. I promise you, y'all. So I don't make light of CPS job because it's a lot going. It's a lot that's going on in the world. We see it every day, don't we, y'all? Don't we see it all on TikTok? But just imagine reading it, y'all. Imagine reading stuff, and then imagine possibly adopting one of those children that went through some of the things that some of these children have gone through, and possibly adopting them, you know, and how and what they went through, and having to get them counseling. And some children is just some children. I don't even. Some children might not even be adoptable. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, you would have. Unfortunately, because they done went through so much that if you brought them in your home, it may be too traumatic for them, and more just as important, more traumatic for you and your family, right? So I don't know, y'all. It ain't no joke. I took those classes, y'all, and them classes. I'm telling you, when I was in those when we took those classes, y'all, do you not know that half the people walked out of those classes by the time we were done? We only had a few people in classes. I'm telling you, some people, I guess they thought that when they adopted the children, that the children were just going to be like, "Hey, mommy and daddy, I love you," and it's going to be all gravy. No, some of them children will be like, "I hate you. You ain't my real parent," and going through all these different things. I'm telling you, it ain't easy. It's not easy. You know what I'm saying? And people don't understand like the trauma that they put their children through. I promise you, they don't. And the fact of just abandoning your child, that's like that's one of the worst feelings that you could possibly do with your children. And I would advise. I know Olivia. A lot of times, and it's one thing. It's one thing if you don't. I don't think it's abandonment. Let me talk to you. I don't think it's abandonment if you have a conversation with your child, if you let your child know, like, hey, mommy got to get herself together, and you keep in contact with your children your children, of course, are going to miss you, but at least they know where you are. You know what I mean? And you're making valid efforts and coming into town and being with them and seeing them. That's not considered abandonment, okay? But what's abandonment if you leave like a thief in the night and you don't tell your children where you're going and you don't keep in contact with your children and you don't talk to them? That is abandonment. I'm sorry, it is. And I'm telling you, you're doing more worse, more harm than you're doing good. And I would just advise any mother, if you're going through a difficult time, I don't care if you have some mental issues or you going through some things, then just talk to your children. I'm telling you, children are resilient. They will love you. They love you unconditionally. But you don't want to mess up their relationship. I'm just telling you to just do your best to try and be in those children's lives as best as you can. Even if hire you a lawyer of some sort, and just at least get a certain time. And you can't play with the courts. If they tell you to do a recommendation list, then you do it, because the courts automatically don't want to take your children away from you. They don't. That's the last thing they want to do to the parents. You got to be really messed up for them to want to terminate your rights. A couple of ways that they will terminate your rights, and I'm gonna tell you this because I know this. Promise you, when I tell you, I know what I'm talking about. They will terminate your rights if you do not do the recommendations that they have on that sheet. They have a sheet. I forgot what it's called. I forgot what the sheet is called, but it's called recommendations that they tell you to do. And if you follow that caseworkers, that CPS, you need to make that CPS your friend. I know you don't like CPS. I know some people don't like CPS, but you better make them your friend and do not buck up against them. That is not a time to be bucking. It is not a time to be bucking up against CPS. You need to make CPS your friend. If you know that you got some struggles with raising your children, all you got to do is follow that recommendation list. If you follow that recommendation, that's one way you can lose. If you don't follow that, because the judge is more than likely going to take the caseworker's point of view, okay? And if they find out that if you have If you haven't did anything on the probation list, even if you say, hey, judge, or hey, casework, I need more time, can you extend the time? They'll work with you. I'm telling they be working with, especially if you're on drugs, especially like a person that has used drugs, they will work with you. They will work with you more than you think. I promise you. But ain't no point of bucking them. Because if you buck them, they will try to terminate your rights. I promise you. And if you don't participate in any of the things they ask you to do, so if you on drugs, you better take your butt to rehab. Okay? If you got mental problems, you better get on that damn medicine and talk to the damn counselor. And don't get up here and start trying. This is not a time to rebel. This is not the time to rebel. I know everybody rebelled in school. I know I did, right, y'all? But this losing your children or having issues with your children when CPS get involved, that is not a time to rebel. That is not a time to rebel because it will cost you plenty. Let me read what Pammy's saying here. Girl, am I saying your name right? Or am I it? She messed that up bad. Yes, she did. Hips, folks, and Mama and Deuce said bye, girl. It's called isolation. Control and ugly ways, right? If I got her to not listen to them, he won. Exactly. Yep. He definitely isolated her. Yep. You talking about hipster and you're talking about Claude Van Damme. Yes, he definitely isolated her from her family. He definitely tried to turn her against her family. Because I remember, if let's go back to this. Remember on that one live, he told her, he said that when you're in a relationship, it's about you and your woman up against the world. That's what he told her. So he fed her that bullshit. But at the end of the day, when his ass left, guess who she had to go back to? Her mama. Hello, you know what I mean? So, one no point of him telling her it's us and get up against the world. That's bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I know that. Okay, yes, I'm married, right? So, yes, when you get married, you do supposed to have your mate back, right? But I still think that when it comes to family, it's the way that as long as they mama or family is not disrespectful of you personally, then you it's a way that you have to kind of handle it. You can take up for your mate, but it's a way that you handle it, because at the end of the day, if they have a close-knit family, right? This is not an estranged family. If they're an estranged family, that's different, right? But when you have a close-knit family, you don't want to get involved with the siblings when they start arguing. I'm telling you, that's the worst thing you can do. That's not something you do. Or when they argue with their mama, they beef with their mama, I would advise you to stay out of it. Even if the mama's wrong or your mate is wrong, it's a way it's a way to handle. It's a way to handle it. Like I said, we are all friends. We are all family, y'all. But again, Jasmine has never been married. She's been in a long-term so-called relationship, but I mean a healthy relationship though. Let's talk about a healthy relationship. Jasmine has never been in a healthy relationship, so we can't have a conversation, right? She can't really give us. She can give us a lessons on how to deal with baby mamas, I guess, or how to deal with somebody whooping your tail or something. I don't know, but the point is that you have to deal with it a certain way. You know what I'm saying? You gotta, even if it's y'all against the world, your family is a part of it. I would not try to turn my mate against their family. That's the worst thing you can do, because y'all might need that family. Y'all together might need that family. Anything can happen. And if y'all up against a family, man, that's bad. Do you know how many horror stories? Go on TikTok, y'all, and listen. But how many horror stories there is? Y'all know y'all probably got something going on yourself. You know what I mean? But how many horror stories there is where people don't get us, where people in-laws when that person die, they cut you off. You know what I mean? If you can't get along, your family, your children lose uh, an aunt or uncle. Y'all don't have a relationship if something happened. Your children won't have a relationship if something happened with your mate. So why even, you know what I mean? As long as you don't have a starter, you know what I mean? As long as they ain't trying to hurt you or curse you out or anything like that. If they decent people, why beef with them? Why is it necessary to beef with the sister? I just didn't understand it. I didn't understand. I definitely damn sure didn't understand Chris. But of course, Chris had a motive. But he knew goddamn well he wasn't finna stay with Jasmine. So why even do that? He knew damn well he wasn't gonna stay with Jasmine. He knew as soon as he got with Jasmine, he wasn't finna stay with her. That was the dumbest thing that he could have done. No, usually people do that when they leave, when if they long term. Most people be long term. You know, ain't nobody got time to be fighting the in-laws and shit. That's not the greatest thing, because that marriage ain't gonna work. If the in-laws do not like you, it's not gonna work. And it just wasn't gonna work. And I don't know why Jasmine on both ends. I don't know why Jasmine thought that was gonna work after her mama came up here and went off on Philip. I mean Chris. You know what I mean? Because Mama Deuce, all that stuff. Mama Deuce had Philip's back though. Remember when Asia, when Jasmine was beefing with Asia, when Asia had first came out, she didn't go off on Philip. She went off on Asia. Mama Cheryl Deuce went off on Asia, didn't she? She got real greasy. She was drinking. She got drunker than the skunk and was going in on Asia. She didn't go off on Philip. Girl, well, it's a legend. Jasmine is alluding to it. The plug. Girl, can I just call you the plug? Can I call you plug? Get this joke right. I'm gonna rent a van, and we're gonna sit in front of his job with the picture of Derry and say, "Help him." Girl, you know Jasmine gonna be like, they over there at the Crystal Palace. They over there with Dr. A, that girl. That Dr. A talking about they gonna sit outside Chris' job. You know how she'll be quick to say that, but I don't really care that you said that. It's funny though. Girl, you stupid. I know you joking, but you know how Jasmine is, baby. Not that I care. But yeah, there's a ledge plug that Jasmine on this last video. Hold on. Let me show you this real quick. Hold on. Let's do this real quick. Hold on. Give me a second here. Give me a 5-second thing here. All right, let's go. I'm going to show you this last little bit, okay? I don't know if you've seen this, but I'll go ahead and play it. It's no big deal. I mean, it's, this kind of an open season today. I really don't have hey, that's a lie. I was going to say, I'm mostly playing my stuff. No, the fuck I don't, girl. I'm going to sit up here and lie to you and say I'm playing my stuff. My shit don't be playing. Hold on, let's watch this last little bit. Hold on, let's watch this right here.
Question: are you working things out with Chris? You accept Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior. Do you believe that He died for our sins?
Mommy.
I do.
Wait, two mommy.
And for the last question, are you working things out with Chris?
Okay, so that's what everybody's talking about. Okay, did you see that? Did you see that plug? So basically, that's what she's talking about. She did the whole cliffhanger fake thing, right? So she basically implied, well, they had asked her that as a question, and she tried to leave like a cliffhanger, like we on Dallas or Dynasty or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Girl, you remember they used to leave, I don't know how old y'all are, but I used to watch Dallas with my mama. Remember Who Shot JR? Remember Who Shot JR? And they showed us that damn cliffhanger to the next season. Everybody was dying to find out who shot JR. You know what I'm saying? Jasmine thinks she somebody. Liv did a live today, right? Looking like a chick, looking like Chicken Little. Girl, I saw. We try. Listen, Pammy, we try. I tried to watch that live, but I just couldn't tolerate the BS. You know what I mean? I just couldn't tolerate the BS. Now, I'm not saying that she should come up here and tell us all her business. I don't feel. I'm not saying that because that's the problem, right? That's been a problem. We didn't say that as a problem over here, okay? So I can't say on one end you need to come up here and confess or come up here in a tone with us and tell us everything and all your dark, deepest energy because we said stop doing it. So I can't say for her to come up here, but I tried to watch. I tried to skip through that channel and she was doing that whole fake, oh, I'm positive. Oh, guys. Oh, yeah. And she's acting like she gave a damn about her, uh, whatever she called her loyalty gang. I don't know what she called them damn girls up, them damn colorist or fucking racist race baiters over there. I don't know what the hell she called them over there, but nevertheless, you know, I'm just saying I didn't have time for that. I'm not saying that people can't change, but she's not changing right now. Okay, this is bullshit, I'm gonna call it like it is. You know what I'm saying? Now, some people can believe her. That's cool, right? You can believe her if you want to, but I don't. I just don't. Sorry, I don't. So, I thought it was crap. I thought it was some bullshit, right? I thought it was some BS, and I just kind of wasn't. I just wasn't really. I wasn't impressed. I wasn't like, oh, Olivia's trying to change. You know what I mean? Because we done been down this road with her before. You know what? I ain't gonna say we shit. Let me take we out the damn occasion, like I gave a damn. But she's already been down this road before, so this is kind of what we somewhat expect. And you stupid to comment when you call the damn girl Chicken Little. You stupid. But we done already been down this road before. And I'm just not going down this road with her. I'm just not. She can go down that road by herself. And that's cool, right? Um, you went online today and that one meal for her was over $10. Who? Olivia? Girl. Yeah, they always buy stuff that just, you know what I mean? She doing them shots though now, so you know what I mean. You know what it is, girl. She doing them shots where she just kind of now she kind of feels like that. If she doing them shots, they'll pretty much eat up a whole bunch of stuff because they know they're gonna lose the weight. You know what I mean? Because they know that them shots is gonna help them lose the weight. Because see, unlike Jasmine, Olivia has somewhat a family that she guilt that will possibly pay for these shots, right? Or she'll just talk about Gerard. It ain't like she's paying any bills or any child support payments or anything. Jasmine actually do have bills, so Jasmine can't. You know what I mean? Only Jasmine, when Jasmine get them taxes or whatever, then Jasmine to pay for them shots for like a full certain amount of months, right? But you notice that since she's been on here, we've seen Jasmine do the shots during tax season mostly, right? And she'll probably pay up to a certain amount. You know what I mean? So that's what we pretty much see. But she ain't got it like that, so she can't keep getting them. So we pretty much have already noticed how this stuff goes down. So I mean, are we shocked? So Olivia can use all her money or somebody else or her parents or her parents money to basically pay for her to get the shots as much as she needs to, you know what I'm saying? Or maybe she's doing a smart thing. Maybe she's going through the insurance companies and saying that and they possibly hooking it up where she looks like she has diabetes or it's for health reasons and not just losing weight, right? So it could, who knows, right? Why would you sell your soul, right, to end up right in hell? Well, that's what usually happens when you sell your soul, Pammy. Think about it though. Think about it. Most of the people that have sold their soul, like for example, I don't know if I should dare I say this or should I say this or not. Well, I'm going to say it. Okay, so for example, some of these celebrities have basically sold their soul, right? We see what's happening now, right? So we see a lot of these so-called celebrities who have sold their soul, and they are just right where they ended off. They're not happy, most of them, or drug addicts, and they get to the point where they start, using Uggs, and they get to the point where they have to go get, rehab, or they end up overdosing. I mean, think about it. Think about how a lot of them have done it because they went against their own morals to get famous. So did they not sow they soul? I mean, you know what I mean? So that's what usually happens. That's the moral of the story. I mean, think about it. Like when they tell you, like, I don't want to say it because he got family, but people who on demon time, yeah, you know what I'm saying. When they say that when they tell you, hey, in the gate, hey, they're on demon time, and they actually do demon stuff, uh, when they're on demon time, uh, and then they do something, and they think they're gonna get it like that, get it like they say they're gonna get it, right? Right. So of course they sold their soul and they did the stuff. You know what I mean? So they don't care because it's right now. You know why? Right. So because it's right now, and when people going for right now, that's all that matters. They going for right now. They getting it right now. It doesn't matter, right? They getting it right now, so it don't matter about the this and the that. They getting it right now. So it don't matter. Some people do it all. I mean, they do it every day. Whether they're a celebrity, whether they just regular Joe Blows. That's like on social media. Like a lot of times people sell their souls or whatever for the fast buck because nowadays some of them do it all the time. We see it all the time. We see it forever and a day. We've been seeing it since we've been on this earth in this vessel. I'm sure we seen it on the other times we wasn't in these particular vessels. When we were in other vessels, we saw it. You know what I mean? But that's a whole nother conversation. I get deep with you. But before we even were in these so-called vessels, we saw people sell their souls. Hell, we probably sold our soul in a different life. You know what I mean? And we back trying to learn this lesson. We back trying to learn this karma. We back trying to learn this particular karma and not trying to repeat history. And we're trying to move forward in this particular vessel so we don't come back and repeat the same mistakes. Again, depending on what you believe, Who knows? You know what I'm saying? So that's what happens. If you're on the big screen, you have to go to your computer or your phone, and I'll drop the link. Oh, there you go. Hey, let me take the feedback off. There you go. Hey, Pammy.
Hey,
You can cut if you don't want to show your face, you can cut the camera off.
okay, let me go up there and do that. 'Cause girl, I'm up here about to fall over at the chair.
I don't understand why you would not. Can y'all hear me?
This is crazy. Okay, let me, cause I'm up here. I don't understand. Listen to it at the same time.
Yeah, cut the other part down,
Okay.
and then cut, it's still on. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, still on. Cut the other. Okay, so the device you're on, you can have that on, but cut the TV down, and then cut the camera
I
off.
turned the TV out.
Okay, cool. Okay, so cut. You want to cut? Okay, so go to where it show your picture where you see yourself. Cut that. You should be able to cut that where it says the
Okay.
video where you have the video because I can see you.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't want to be seen.
Dr. Young 58, girl, I'm sitting up here struggling.
Oh Lord,
It said,
you see where the camera is?
uh, uh,
Like video. It's like a video camera. You see? Okay, on your Let me see.
edit name, change avatar.
Where no, you don't have to. You already got your name. It's like a video camera. You see where the icon of a video camera is?
I see it say live. Oh yeah, the camera.
There you go.
Okay. Doctor, I'm about to fall over because you just keep me laughing. Oh, I be just on the floor.
What I say it was funny.
You start doing that, doing the bells and the whistles, and that thing say, I was like, oh my God. Jazz, we finna send some healing energy. She was like, keep the door closed.
Hold on, let me find
Keep
you.
the
Right
door closed.
there you go. I had to pull you.
Everybody get down. Don't make a noise. And think of top about, I'm hungry. My God to Jesus today. Can we go down to the riverside?
down the riverside, down by the river.
Stinker finna send her a big old lesson.
Yeah, he is.
He,
He ain't
he
playing
uh
with
he quote unquote potty trained, but he finna leave a big old scoop of. You know we need to get a government, right?
right. She got to start giving him some vegetables. She don't know what she got to start giving her little voice some vegetables because he gonna be pooping. He gonna be like she gonna be bad
Uh
at that
she is left behind. And you know what? I
time.
had just commented on the video that you were just on now. I was like, I'm finna rip me a band and we're just gonna go down there and sit in front of Chris Job and put a picture of Stinker up there. Help this boy.
She gonna be mad as that. That girl, if she heard that
No,
girl.
that was a joke. I wouldn't dare.
I know you would, but you know how Jasmine is. Jasmine be like, they're over there at the Crystal Palace talking about they're gonna
Oh, she finna say it tomorrow because she in her right now.
right. I
Her
know.
name is stupid A.
Mm-mm.
Oh no, how they say stupido?
You almost made me spit my see my out.
Stupido. And just say how do you say when you say bye uh what they say when you say goodbye
Adios,
in Spanish?
adios, adios.
No, it's another word. Got it out. I don't know,
Hasta mañana.
this girl he need help so bad, and her mama so embarrassed. Her mama got the trash bags over the windows because she don't want to be associated with that girl at all.
She said she got the trash bags over the windows.
Yes, ma'am. That means when people find her address and they say, "Well, she related to you," sure. Talking about this house empty, fumigated.
Mm-mm.
That's what she get. That's what she get. You see how she did her and dogged her out, and now she got him in the back. I'm hungry.
Yeah.
Yeah, you hungry? You need to switch.
That's weird though. That's totally weird though to begin with. I don't understand how she would even put herself in a situation just for him to go, just for him to dump her. And she had
She
to know he
think she think because the girl that was on her channel that he got with, I don't think that's not true at all. She think that they are watching her
why would somebody be sitting around watching her if they got the man?
and the plug with 60,000. The
Yeah.
hell?
I wouldn't be watching her motherfucking ass if let's say that well, I don't even want to put that in you but let's just say that that is the case. Like, why would she? I ain't gonna say me. I'm gonna say in general. Why would she be waiting around to see what Jasmine gonna do? Who is Jasmine? Jasmine.
That's crazy. That Chris making over 60,000 a year. Ain't nobody watching her, but the neighbor across the street.
Shoot, if they watch me.
No, to do the HOA. You saw how
Oh,
she
that
kicked
lady.
the
Yeah,
grass.
that lady. Yeah. Oh, you talking about that lady? I thought you was talking about like
Yeah. No, 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 not the lady across the street, because the lady across the street, she working, but Jazz is trying to show her twat to the man. Baby, I can't wait till this run up, drag down.
yeah, it's gonna be a problem. She's gonna be having somebody come see her at her house.
Her kids gonna say, that lady kids gonna say, Mama, this lady open the garage every day, and this lady over there with her legs over. She gonna tell me, who? And you know how we get. I'm from Oakland, Texas, Dallas, Texas. I be like, who? She doing what? I'm finna turn the ring cameras. You know, they're supposed to point at the street. I'm finna point them straight up. Who doing this? Jazz got to move right now.
Mm-mm.
You see Olivia run out. That girl, she told me, that's a ugly grill. She said, it's mine. Nigga tell me, ooh. It's sad to say how they say talk that ish. You ain't about that life, baby. She got a dog. Did you see the pictures where they got her stuff where the maintenance people is cleaning out the apartment?
What pictures?
Of Olivia.
No, girl, I didn't see none of this. Where have I been?
Yes. Yeah, you got to go on LSA. Yeah, they got the neighbor, the one that didn't want to be notified or identified. Girl, they got the whole video.
Damn, Ellis ain't no fucks. They ain't no joke.
They won't even let me in. I was like, oh my God, I'm only 58. I want to. No, you talk too much. They got the whole thing. They sitting up here putting the stuff and getting the stuff. That old quilt blanket she had on the wall. They just threw it out there. The couch, the cage.
But I mean, that was used anyway. So I mean, why wouldn't she? You know, I mean, that's probably why she got it used anyway. I hope she took her TVs. I hope she didn't leave her TVs there.
No, they got somebody finna services because they got to show it. She backed that U-Haul up with that little trailer hitch thing and put that old regular. What was it? 2007 Volvo. You remember the old ones?
Mm-hmm.
She put that joker on the back of that joker and got out of Texas.
Oh hell no. That's weird.
I'm waiting for. I don't know. Well, I don't even want to say who showed me, but yes, she did. That car didn't make it to Florida. That car was on the back of a hitch on a U-Haul, and it was a $19 U-Haul, not the $39.
Oh no.
She left all the beds, everything. She got the $19. It's called port. You know, when you're on the system, you can port to another state, and
Right,
you have to do. Yeah, that's what she did. She did port. She got the little $19 U-Haul, put that little bitty trailer hitch on the back, and pull that old Volvo up there. It didn't have no gas in it to begin with. Her car just like Jazz car. Don't you hear that?
No.
I'm telling you, watch real soon. Y'all finna see all these videos. It's a good thing to hang out in the streets, but still go to work. And today, Olivia was sitting there. You know, her neck didn't match her body.
I'm looking at this.
She had on look like them tatas was hanging to her knees and her neck sitting up there. Look, was she from the Peanut Show, Shada Brown?
Man, I'm on. These people are crazy. I'm on. I ain't gonna say where I'm at, but I'm on.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You see it.
I'm on somewhere. I don't see that part yet. But
Somewhere
I'm on. Where they got her looking like.
nobody could.
I don't even know what this monster is, but whatever this monster
I'm gonna drop
is,
back down in the bottom, but
I got whatever this monster is. Can you hear me? Are you still here?
but let me tell you something right now, and I'm gonna drop back down in the comments. She can't show Kaka because they're investigating why on the right side of her head a whole patch was pulled out.
What?
Yeah, look at the video when she was sitting up here talking about, "Mwah, mwah, mwah, I love my baby," and on the right side it looked like somebody took a.
Oh hell no! You done left out for
Now AJ said you ain't eat more than me.
oh no for the little baby. Oh hell no!
Yeah, it's the one right after she was cleaning out the icebox. And
Mm,
then the next time you see that baby, girl, on the right side, she had a whole pack. I'm talking about, you know how kids lay on one side and they get bound and stuff? No, man. This was a snatch plug and no replace. It's on the video, the one where she was cleaning out the icebox.
okay, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. I don't even know where that one's at.
Oh, I can pull it up.
Okay.
It seems like people don't understand. I'm finna drop back down in the comments.
I'm trying to look up this stuff you talking about. I don't see it yet. I see other stuff, but I don't see that. I don't know if I should what I should type in to see it.
Which one you want to do for Suki or for the bow patch?
The house.
Okay, who on Leah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the bow patch is trying to get things in order. Let me turn back on the TV. I hope it don't come up loud because I got you on 100-inch, baby.
Well,
I'll
thank
be
you.
up here kicking and hollering. Uh-oh. I'm gonna
Okay,
push the wrong button.
what is the video called where they threw all her stuff outside?
No, she haven't put that out yet. This is from well, it's gonna get known anyway. Well, you'll see it in a minute because they got to make sure that the girl is still willing to do it.
Okay.
Remember when the neighbor was arguing and fussing? And
Yes.
remember when Yanni Bunny B was
Mhm.
sitting up here talking about, girl, you don't even know who's watching you.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
And she couldn't show the angles because she didn't want her to know where it was coming from.
Right. That makes sense.
It's two people. The neighbor upstairs and the neighbor across the way.
Mm.
You'll see it in a minute. Ooh, they over there dragging her real bad. And that's what she get.
That's crazy.
That's what she get. And don't think Nisha a fool. He probably some kin to Elizabeth. Guess what? Elizabeth don't take you to the bank. I'm
Mm-mm.
trying to get my TV back right. I pushed the wrong button. Got too excited. I'm on live. But yeah, it's finna come out real soon. Have you ever been over to LSA?
Mm-hmm.
They over there dragging. They dragging both of them. I'm talking about terrible. And that's what they get.
Damn.
Today, they just showed just now. Well, I guess they'll wait to verify. When she Liv was sitting over there, I guess she was at the park or whatever. And
Mm.
the guy was sitting up here talking about what you need, what you want. Ha ha.
What?
Yeah, they can see a clocker. The guy said, what you need, what you want.
Oh no! Why would she put that? Why would she put that on live? though?
No, that's why she was up there smiling, talking about this guy's in a little car. Hey, yeah. But drugs come in a small package too.
Damn.
Oh yeah, you after you have to go to LSA because they got like YouTube reporters. And plus she got so many people on her channel, they go straight and they follow her like it is a job. Because as long as they can put out a jump, they still getting paid. I can't wait till they drop who came and did that little
I'm in a
delivery for
whole
them.
new world. What the hell is all this? I didn't know they had all
Did
this
you
stuff.
see that? Yeah, I'm telling you. Boy, you get you some popcorn or drink and I ain't cooking tonight.
Hmm.
LSA, those receipts are for real. Yeah, those receipts are for real because they are showing us. I done messed the whole TV up trying to not make the. I'm finna drop back down so I can finish listening.
Okay, all right. I appreciate you coming up.
Okay, bye bye.
All right, bye. Y'all got me now. Y'all got me looking on stuff that I ain't got no business looking on. Y'all got me. Y'all got me in some stuff. Y'all got me in a pickle. Let me look. I'm trying to look this stuff up. I don't even know what the. Good Lord, man, y'all is crazy. Okay, y'all is crazy. Y'all got me all the way down up in some stuff that I ain't got no business in. Okay. Jesus Christ. I mean, crying out loud. Y'all got me down in Harlem. Y'all got me down in Harlem and y'all got me all in New York somewhere. I feel like I'm in New York somewhere looking down these timelines. What the heck is going on? Y'all something else, boy. Mm-mm-mm. I need to get off of here because, you know, I get up in this, I get up in these things. I be like, man, oh no. Oh no. Mm-mm. Here we go. I'm like, I read this stuff. Y'all can't even say this stuff. I'm like, man, what is going on? Man, what is going on this thing right now? What is going on, y'all? Y'all be having all the stuff. I don't be knowing about none of this stuff. Y'all be having all the tea and all the stuff. I just be coming up here and watch. I told you I just come up here and watch these videos. I literally come up here and just watch these videos with y'all, and I keep it moving. I'm telling y'all, I don't. I promise you. Y'all be doing all the stuff. Good Lord, y'all be having all the stuff. Oh my God, y'all are so mean on this app. Y'all be going in on people. Oh Lord, let me not get on nobody bad side, child, cause y'all are something else on this damn app. It just don't make no sense, girl. Uh, mm, 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 mm. Damn. Oh man. Oh no, man, y'all something else. Golly. Golly, y'all. Golly, what the heck is going on? Okay, y'all, let me get off of this. Let me deal with this content that we talking about, y'all. I ain't getting back on here. I'm gonna leave this alone, y'all. I'm just gonna let things come out. I ain't gonna listen. I'm not gonna jump ahead of time. I'm gonna let stuff rock. You hear me? I'm gonna let stuff rock because I ain't got no business over here. All right, y'all. Let's see. What was I going to say? I don't even remember what I was going to say. My mind done went somewhere else. You ever, you did a Pammy that came up here and messed up my whole entire energy, man. I'm like, man, well, she didn't mess it up in a bad way, you know what I mean? She know what I mean, boy. She done messed me up to the point where I'm like, I'm flabbergasted. I'm like, man, what am I supposed to do at this point? Y'all don't even know what to say no more. Y'all, I'm going to get off this live. I'm gonna get off of this live because I don't even know what to say. I come back if somebody else go live or somebody else text me on my IG and tell me to go live, then I'll go live. But I'm telling you, I need to be off of this here, y'all, because I'm looking at some stuff. Okay, excuse me, y'all. I'm drinking this. Y'all know I'm drinking some water. I got to get ready to work out. All right, y'all. Talk to y'all in a little while. Thank you so much for coming live. Thank you, Pammy, for messing up my whole entire what I was doing. Girl, you mean that? Boy, y'all something. I love y'all, though, because y'all be dropping the tea for me. Okay, well, thank you. Thank you, y'all, for y'all continuously telling me stuff because I'm not getting ready to go find out. Just thank you. I'm gonna get off. I'm getting ready to get off of this little. I'm off of this little thing that I was just on. Y'all had to get off of that because I'm not ready to sit on there. I can't do it. I can't do it. My spirit won't let me do it. All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all. I love y'all. I'm ready to go work out, y'all. I gotta lose this weight. I gotta get this chunk off my booty. Okay. Well, not booty. I gotta get this chunk off my stomach. Okay. I gotta get that. When I say chunk, I'm saying fat. Okay.